Toes for the assholes. It's that one. Oh, you might need to. No, it looks good. You'll be in camera. Seven toes for the douchebag.
7 toes for assholes.
No, it's not streaming to Facebook for some reason. It's streaming to Twitch and YouTube though. But it's all right. I'm gonna post it to Facebook tomorrow, anyways. All right, boys. We're gonna start the episode in 3, 2, 1. Yo, and hello and welcome to GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go up for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast, and YouTube if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, find friends to play games with, and so much more. As well as I think one of our people, Brian, threw in a free month of Game Pass on there for whoever wants that code. I don't know if somebody already got it or not, but
perks.
Never know. Might as well try. But this show is 3 BFFs bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamal Al-Jafra, alongside Britt Bass and Devin Meyer. Hi.
Sound constipated.
I constantly am.
Devin, is it just me, or when Jamel's reading that whole intro, do you feel compelled to do ad libs like a rap song? Is it just I want to just add stuff in there. Yeah, little skirt.
It's definitely passed through my mind, but now to the point where I try to see how well I can recite it with him
in your brain.
Without
yeah,
in my head, and that's why if you look at all
go
the
ahead,
intros,
go as far as you can.
Try it real quick. Now I'm on the spot. I'm not gonna remember any of it.
Brett, you try it.
Yo, and hello and welcome to.
that was a pretty good start. Hold up.
Well, the start is easy.
Hello and welcome to GameSpeak Podcast. That's as far as I do this every weekend.
Yeah, you've done it so many times. All right, let me try. Yo, and hello and welcome to GameSpeak Podcast. God, what the fuck do we say next?
New episodes go up for free feeds.
What?
No. Yeah.
What?
New episodes go up for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts.
Sounds so weird when you break it down.
Stitcher.
It's like when you say a word that you've said 1,000,000 times, but then you really analyze it and it starts to look weird. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I have those moments often.
Yeah, me too.
Quadrilateral.
A weird word.
I use that word so often. No, just kidding. But anyways.
There was one that really perplexed me the other day.
Perplexed.
Perplexed.
That's a good word.
No, I mean, that's a weird word, sure. But it was one that we use all the time, and I'm like, how did we even derive that meaning? And come to find out, it doesn't. Oh, what the fuck? When I think of it, I'll let you know. We might have even talked about it. It's like a saying, but the saying, what you say for this meaning has no fucking definitional tie to the actual meaning.
Oh, oh, fuck.
Son of a bitch. What was
Son of a bitch. That's a good one.
No,
That's
we talked about it on here. I'm almost positive a while back.
But son of a bitch makes sense, though.
No, you're
saying you're a son of a
their
dog.
mother, yeah.
You're a son of a female dog,
Yeah.
you know.
You're calling their mom a bitch.
Yeah.
No. This is a normal, just an everyday wordage.
A euphemism.
People use it all the time.
Wait, is that the right word? A euphemism?
Oh God, don't put me on the spot here.
What's
Anyways,
a
we talked about it previously.
I think so.
Euphemism.
Yeah.
A mild or indirect word or expression substituted for one considered to be too harsh. Okay, so no, that's not what a euphemism is. Yeah. Well, we don't know words.
Oh, the rest. Referring it, saying the rest of something. How did we come to use the word rest? In referring to.
You mean all the rest?
The remainder of something, the rest of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It kind of makes sense.
How? How does rest? There's no definition of rest that even almost pertains to the remainder of something.
What? No, you're lying.
I swear to God. Did we not talk about this?
No.
Why? Okay, in a fever dream then, we had the same exact conversation. Okay, so yeah, I looked it up. The rest, like in terms of like the remainder of something, comes from this fucking long ago literature like adage or like usage of it,
Yeah.
and it just stuck ever since.
What did they?
Interesting.
So like they didn't.
And the rest
explain
is history.
it?
That was the original, like where that came from is the rest is history, but like why they used the rest like as the remainder, couldn't find anything on it.
That's so strange,
Yeah,
man.
think about it though. The rest, like, oh yeah, that's the rest of it. Like we say that all the time.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
one day, I was just like,
That's stuck.
I was like,
that's stuck hard.
wait a minute. I was like, what? I got to like thinking, overanalyzing like a word, like that just sounds weird.
He is correct though. There's no definition.
You guys
Like
are
none of
blowing
the
my
definition
mind
1,
right now.
2, 3, or 4 or 5. None of them are.
Yeah. There's
the
not
rest.
a single definition that like that rest pertains to the remainder of something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only pauses in time and fucking like resting and shit.
That's why
like
the English language is so fucking confusing.
yeah, dude.
This is why I'm actually protesting the English language, and I will only be speaking in
Somalian.
Somalian now.
Yeah. But yeah, a little fun fact for you for today.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's everybody been doing besides defining words and their origins? And,
Oh man, fucking
A lot of work.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I just started a new job, so I'm doing a lot of like training stuff. You know how it is.
Where
when
you at?
Where you start a new job. I'm at the. I told you the Olive Garden, not the Olive Garden. I want to say the Outback. I keep. Calling
yeah, the
I
Outback.
keep calling it Olive Garden.
Yeah.
I gotta stop doing that before I actually start working there.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of your past places where you worked, by the way, I found out that somebody in my office used to work at 1836 with you.
who?
Oscar, Marquina, Marquina.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Damn, this guy's probably like, dude, we were best friends, and he's gonna
I
like
had
hear
to-
this podcast.
I had to
and be
describe
like,
you a little bit, but then
Oh,
like
okay.
whenever he like remember, he's like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah. What was he like?
Wait staff, I think.
Oh, waiter. Okay. Hold
He's
up.
like a
I gotta-
younger
Oh,
Hispanic
okay, yeah,
guy.
waiter Oscar. Yeah.
And he always had like poofy-ish hair.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember
Yeah.
him. He's cool as hell.
yeah. He said you were dope. So
Cool.
fucking
Yeah.
yeah, just like because he went to Huntsville, and I was like, oh okay, bet like I went to Sam too, this and that,
That's awesome.
and I forget how we got on the topic, but maybe talking about like where he was working before, and he said he worked out.
He works with you now over there?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Well, tell him I
Yeah.
said what's up.
for sure.
It'd be hilarious. He's like, dude, he was the
sorry.
best man at my wedding. But it's like, dude, I don't remember. He's like, bro,
Honestly, I have
It's all good.
that bad of a goldfish memory where it, like I feel like there's people in my life that I should remember. Like, okay, for instance, I was at Target the other day. Okay, I worked briefly at this like little pie bar, like for just a few months. You know what I mean? It was fun, but I like left because they wanted me to cut my hair. But like while I worked
yeah.
there, I had this like best friend, and it was this girl named. Well, I don't want to like throw anybody's personal stuff out there, but
Yeah.
but I remember her name now. Okay, and she was very nice. We were very very good friends. You know what I mean? But then I saw her at Target the other day, and she was
Blanked.
like, "Brent, what's up?" And like I just totally fucking forgot her name. And like it's like
you.
she was like my favorite person at that restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
Could
Like
have been that big of a favorite.
that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like a dick because it's like I legitimately of all the people
You
whose
just
names,
pepper spray her because you don't recognize her.
I'm just my point is I've got this goldfish memory and it just won't go away. You know what I mean?
Fucking, how did you like get around that? Because I've had that same scenario. Like somebody remembered my name and like came up and like yelled at me and
Well, usually I use my girlfriend as like a
you like
I'll be
play it off
"Oh,"
like you don't say any
well,
names.
no, I'll introduce
Yeah.
my girlfriend. I'll be like, "Hey, this is Audra," you know, and then I'll just
You forget
kinda,
your girlfriend's name. You're like, this is.
Oh,
You just
shit.
run. You pepper spray them both. Just run.
Oh. But it's like I don't know. I can't remember birthdays. I just have a really bad memory in general. You know what I mean?
Lex, we appreciate the compliments. Jamal is sadly taken. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Said
Whoa.
I'm definitely smashing the guy in the middle.
Oh, thanks.
Whoa.
So
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
smashing. Or
Smashing.
maybe said you were smashing. I I'm bad at reading.
He is smashing, or oh no,
No,
I'm
definitely
Are you sure it's
smashing.
not saying like,
No, it says
oh,
it-
he's smashing?
I'm definitely smashing the guy in the middle. And I quote.
We're like trying to fix the make it less intense. It's like, oh, maybe he's saying he's smashing, smashing young man.
You are a smashing lad.
Yeah,
Look out, all.
but yeah,
But thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, thanks.
thanks. But yeah,
Some guy in prison on his phone.
it's like I'm definitely once he gets in here, he ain't getting out.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had that issue. I've had that same situation arise generally back in college when I would like make friends with somebody at the bar, but I'd be like gone and not remember any of it, and then run into them the next day and they're like, Devin, and I'm like, hey,
Oh, yeah.
you. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like if I've got no out, if I can't scheme something up in my head to like get their name forward, I lay the cards on the table. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't remember your name. I remember your face, but I don't remember your name.
See, I wish I had the balls to do that. You know what I mean? But
if I can get out of it, I
just
absolutely
recoil
will.
into like a fucking shell socially and just.
Yeah, I just don't. If somebody sees me from a distance, like I
turns
immediately
the other way.
freeze. Like I like.
Turns around.
It's like that meme where he does the RuneScape circle and just disappears. Fucking.
Dude, I wish. I wish that
Call
was
back to
possible.
home.
Like I just. Yeah, like to Macedonia. Like off the straight. Like I hate running into people I've known or know like currently. Like if I know someone currently, that's fine. But like if it's like somebody I went to school with or something like.
That's why it's
10
a good
years
thing
ago.
you live here, because if
Oh,
you
yeah.
live in Huntsville, every time you
All
go to
the
the
time.
grocery
I
store,
hate
bro.
going to Huntsville, dude. Every time I go to Huntsville, I see somebody and I'm like, oh no, I don't know what to say to you. Like,
Yeah.
what are we supposed to talk about? Like, person I
How have
knew
you
like
been?
12 years ago, like I've
Give
maybe
me a
seen on
recap.
Facebook or something. Like,
Give me a recap of the last 12 years.
yeah, please don't. Like I don't care. Like enough, and it's not that I don't care about you. It's that I know we don't care. Like, let's be real. Like, we haven't talked in 12 years. Why do you care now that we're at Walmart or whatever? That like, why do you care to know now?
See, I'm like,
'Cause I wanna
okay,
see if
so
I'm doing
I
better.
have slightly different feelings.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely am sometimes excited to see people that I like haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I wish I had that feeling.
But
like,
at
I
the
just
same
don't
time,
feel that.
I don't know what the fuck to say. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I run up and I'm all excited. I'm like, hey, what's up? And then I'm just like,
Bye.
Yeah.
See you in another 12 years
Right?
if you haven't died yet. Like, I don't know.
oh,
You
that's
made
too
it this
real.
far? Yeah, it's like, damn, me too. I really am surprised we're here. But, like, I don't know. That's just like one of those weird, like I get existential, like whenever I see people that I haven't seen in like that long. And then I'll think about it for too long, and then I'll start getting in my head, and then like, yeah, I just don't. I don't like people. Not that I don't like people. I don't like seeing people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. It's like when I see someone older, like I'm talking to you like my therapist right now, like, but like
We're
get
here to listen, Jamal.
genuinely like I don't know, messed up in the head. Like if I see somebody that has aged a lot. In the time that like the last time that I see them, it just kind of freaks me out. I'm like, oh gosh, do I look that much older too? Like you ever done
I feel
that?
like everybody else looks exactly the same as they did in high school, but now they're walking around with like a 5-year-old kid, just like
Really?
holding their hand. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel about it when I run into people from high school. It's like, oh, you look exactly the same, but you also have like a fucking child with you, like an old,
some people
an old
don't, like-
child.
Nah, yeah, I'm about to
Some
say,
people have not aged
Like,
the same, but like
I know I look damn near the same because
You look the
for
same.
whatever fucking reason I don't age, but like
and it's not even like oh, good for you, you haven't aged. It's just like and it's like, oh, bad for you, you aged. Like it's normal. It's a normal process to age. But like I don't pay attention to it, and then whenever I see somebody that I haven't seen in 10 years and suddenly the age is like poof, like right there, like because like the last time I saw them they looked like 10 years ago, and so I'm like, holy shit, we've aged this much, and I didn't notice, like, because I see myself every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nah, it's like it makes me wonder, do I just look like my uncle did to me whenever I was like a little kid? You know what I'm talking about? Like,
I think about that a lot. Like, okay, I don't feel like I look old, but like
No.
I bet to my, nephew, I look like my, uncle.
Your
did
uncle
when I
did
was a
to
kid.
you. Yeah. It's a terrifying
It's
feeling.
trippy. Yeah.
It's
My-
very trippy.
My idea of how people see me is so fucking skewed just because I get different opinions on how young I do or don't look. And so I'm all over the fucking board and I have no idea.
You're like, I look young and handsome.
I mean,
No,
nine,
but, like,
9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, it's like, damn, like you're fucking 31. And it's like, yeah. And they're like, I would have guessed like 24. But then there's like the outliers that are like, oh yeah, you're like what, 32, 33? And I'm like, what?
you better shut your fucking
Like,
mouth.
So I'm just like, and then it just puts it in my mind and I'm like, how old do I actually look? Like,
I think
Speaking of which, my fucking birthday is this weekend. I'm about to be
Oh,
fucking
shit.
32.
oh.
Damn,
Ugh,
dude.
I know. Ooh.
Ugh.
32.
Thir-
Hey, I'll be 32 this year too.
31
Let's,
was rougher for me than 30 was.
Why?
I don't know, because it was just like 30 was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking 30, and it's like, damn, I'm getting old. But then 31 was like much less significant, but like
It
still
happened.
the amount of getting old,
Yeah.
I think it'll be weird when 35
Brent's like,
hits.
yeah.
Because like 35 is like officially like middle aged. I feel like, right? 30 age is middle age because like
30 age is middle age.
30.
I mean 35 is middle age because 35 plus 35 70, right? 70.
I mean-
I doubt I'm gonna make it to 70. That's my thing. Is like so 35 is pretty much middle
I'm-
age. I would
mean,
assume.
I'm pretty sure like the lifespan has definitely increased to where 35 is not middle aged anymore, but I still kind of hold that same opinion. Like,
Yeah,
35
you think? I mean, 70. Me personally, with my like genetic fuck ups of like type 1 diabetes
Yeah.
and all that stuff, I probably ain't- if I'm still here at 70, I'm gonna be like clawing.
Not gonna be
I'm
enjoying
I'd be
life.
like, "Argh, you guys, like I'm gonna roll up in like an electric scooter, like doing like fucking donuts and shit at Walmart or whatever. But like, that's gonna be me at that point, or I'll be in VR like 100% of the time, like because I'm not gonna
Feeding
be.
tube and
Yeah,
shit.
like I'll be, it'll be like some anime shit or like the Matrix. Like
Kids are
I'll
gonna
be
like,
injected.
let's go see Grandpa, kids, and they throw a headset on.
they keep like my body like in this closet with like all these like tubes stuck into it. Every now and then they open it and like replace the tubes and whatnot. But like in the game, I'm me now. Like I'm at this.
Have y'all ever seen that Amazon Prime show?
Yes.
I think it's Upload is
Yeah.
what it's called. It's
Yeah.
so good. It's really funny. But it's about like when you die, they upload your consciousness into this like VR world that's basically like VR chat, and like people can go visit their loved ones that are dead in like VR with like headsets and shit. And so like this dude dies in a car accident, and he has this relationship with his girlfriend who's still alive, and they're like basically dating. It's a silly show, but it's also really interesting. Like,
Yeah, because
sounds
it,
really
it could
sad,
probably
too.
happen.
Yeah,
because
like-
he's also in the poor like version of the.
yeah,
upload.
he's in like he's in like the better version at first because he worked for this company that like gets him into the premium version
Yeah.
or whatever. But then he gets downgraded at one point. You got to watch it. It's really good.
I'll
Like,
give that a see.
It's really, yeah, because
they put a lot of thought into it. It's a clever show. Like
and it's a very real possibility. I feel like in like not in the near future, but I feel like 200 years from now, it's probably going to be a real thing.
Yeah.
Like people are going to get uploaded. Like their consciousness will get uploaded once they like fully map like all the synapse of the brain and everything. They can just like fucking digitally, upload you. That'll be crazy.
it'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
It's either gonna go like upload or it's gonna go like altered carbon. Did y'all ever see that one?
The skin suits,
The
basically.
sleeves. Yeah, sleeves where it's just like
Yeah.
your whole conscious is on a disc and it gets like put into they call it a sleeve. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
that shit would be weird.
That would be
My
weird
sleeve
as
is gonna be
hell.
jacked.
But we segued really, really far. Brent,
Yeah.
you were talking about work before we got way off on those rabbit holes.
Yeah, no, I've been doing the training for work. I'm about to get some more training. Just doing some training. That's
Nice.
pretty much all I've been doing lately.
How you liking it?
Oh, so far pretty good, but like I haven't really started yet. It's all just kind of like, oh, this is our company and this is the values. Like I haven't really tried.
Talk like that. They don't let you talk in an Australian accent.
Maybe.
You should do it,
You
dude.
should totally.
I
do
might have to.
See if
dude.
you get like
Crikey.
get raised like real quick.
I should do an entire day with a normal American accent and then an entire day with an Australian accent and just see which one's
just see
more
which one.
profitable.
I
you know?
guarantee you the Australian one is more profitable. You have to come up with a
But the
backstory
thing
before
is,
you
I'm
start
kind
it,
of a
though.
I'm bad at doing Australian
Yeah.
accents. I'm
Well,
gonna have to
you better start.
practice
I was
that.
gonna say
You're
start
in
practicing.
Texas. They're not gonna know. Like, oh, he slipped up a little
Crikey.
bit. Like he went UK a little bit. Like they're gonna be like, oh, he's one of those
As long
guys.
as you say crikey a whole bunch, I don't think it matters. You know what
I think
They
they're
just
gonna-
upspeak
I think-
everything. It's
I
like,
think they're gonna absolutely know you're fake if you say crikey.
yeah,
on-
it'd be, crikey, and they're just like, I'm pretty sure that guy is not Australian.
just pepper spray me.
Everyone's pepper spraying. Guys.
God,
Yeah. Would you like more cheese with that? Crikey! And they're just like, oh god. Yeah, but
Oh, jeez.
anyways, Devin, what you been-
Just been working a good bit. I did go to Huntsville on a whim on like last Saturday before last.
Oh, how was
Um,
that?
just for the hell of it.
Yeah, for the hell of it, a little bit of nostalgia. I felt old. I felt
We're
old.
back here. We're back here.
We're back to now me and Tate were bored, and we were supposed to go grab drinks with a friend here in the Woodlands somewhere, but that kind of fell through. And I looked at Tate, I was like,
Hello,
fuck it, dude. I
darkness,
was like,
my old friend.
you want to go to Huntsville? He's like,
Every time
yeah.
Where'd y'all go in Huntsville?
Well, we were gonna do
Y'all hit
this.
up Nasties?
We were gonna do a lap, and that lap
no.
started with that lap was gonna start with Nasties, but there was something going on at Shenanigans that I like, dude. The overflow was fucking full, and I was like, nah.
I don't even know
No.
what that means. The
So, like-
Sounds horrible.
It's just like so Shenanigans, like how they have that big parking lot, right?
Uh-huh,
Well,
yeah.
that entire parking lot was full,
Uh-huh.
and the Walgreens.
it was probably
and
Cody
every-
Johnson band or something. Like
Something.
If,
It
if
was
it's
some
ever full,
perform-
it's Cody Johnson.
It was some kind of performer. So we like drove up. I was about to turn in. I saw how packed it was. I was like, nah. So we kept going straight, continuing on the loop, and we went to 12th Street and stopped
That's
there
always
for
a good time.
yeah, stopped there for a couple drinks. Hadn't been there in a very long time, so that was nice. Still exactly the same. Love it.
yeah.
And then we were gonna make a stop at Humps, but it was pretty late, so we ended it at the Fox.
When I think
like, kind of like-
nostalgic of Huntsville, I just think of like going to the play place at McDonald's.
Well,
like that's like
well, yeah, because
nostalgia.
you grew up in Huntsville.
Like I just like want to just go to the 11th Street McDonald's and like there be N64s in there. Like that would be like my nostalgia. Everything else past that, like I'm like, man, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah, see, my nostalgia comes from my time in college. I was not a
Yeah,
wee,
you weren't-
a
you
wee
weren't,
little
you know.
lad in Huntsville.
Yeah.
But yeah, did that, and then just been busy with work. Printed some stuff. Printed a Pal Sphere. From
Nice,
from,
nice.
Oh,
I
that's
almost said
cool.
from Pokemon.
From
From
Pokenot.
From Pal
Pokenon.
World. So gonna finish that out. Gonna paint that. Hopefully, it looks cool when it's done.
You just finished printing it, and a bunch of lawyers from Nintendo show up at your door and
Just
take
kick the
it.
door in and start shooting everybody.
This isn't even Nintendo.
Just pick it up and break it. They leave a Pokeball instead.
But yeah, that's about it.
Nice, nice.
What have you been doing, Jamal?
I've been in a virtual world. It's far from here,
Oh shit!
far from the darkness of the real world. But yeah, basically, so we can just say fuck what I've been doing and jump straight into the what we've been playing.
Okay.
Brent let me borrow his Quest 2, his Meta Quest 2, because he's now evolved to the Meta Quest 3.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the world of VR.
Welcome
And
to
I've
VR.
been like the first day. Let me just get this out there. The first day I played for like 2 hours and almost died. Like I get motion sick really easily, like really easily.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then so like I played for 2 hours and then I was just laid out on my couch for like 3 hours trying not to throw up. Like seriously, it was that bad.
I've
Like
been
I was
there,
just like,
yeah.
oh
to
my
get your sea
gosh.
legs.
But then the next day, hopped on. I played for like 10 hours straight. nothing bothered me. Like, I was like, okay, I just needed that one day. And also, I added the little, like, blinds. Like, whenever you start walking, like, things go black.
the vignette?
Yeah, I added, like, a very weak vignette, and it made everything so much better.
That's why that shit is in the game. A lot of people just don't take advantage of, like, the things that are built into the games to, like, help prevent.
Well, I thought it would bother me, because it started on Resident Evil 4. Like, that was the first game I jumped into. And so I just started playing Resident Evil 4 from, like, started a brand new game. And I started walking around, I'm like, oh, fuck. And then, so, like, whenever I got back in the next day, I added the vignette or whatever, the weak version of it, and it just, like, barely comes up. And for whatever reason, that little bit of, like, vignette saves everything. Like,
I hate the vignette. But luckily I've never once got motion sick.
Well, the vignette is kind of meant to just like wean you into it, because like you still have that motion that'll make you like if you're not used to it, even the vignette won't help you from getting sick. You know what I mean? But like
it's like a soft version of it's like slowly integrating yourself into that because it like blocks your peripheral. I think. The problem is like the FOV is so wide that like my peripheral like expects certain things and it's not there. So what it does is it blocks out my peripheral vision whenever I move to where it doesn't feel like my whole world is fucking moving like as I'm doing things. It's only this small focused area that I'm looking at. Yeah. So, but outside of that, like now I don't even need the vignette anymore. I've taken it off and like I've been fine, but I was playing through Resident Evil 4. I got all the way up to the part with like the giant troll dude, like killed him. Then just like, I was like, okay, I've already beat this game like 4 times. It's fun. Not too excited about it. It's really weird seeing like Ashley like following you around because she looks like a weird, like she doesn't look real. Like her head is like shrunken like on her body and
proportions are
it's so weird because it's like a Capcom like 2004 version of a character. So I'm like this looks really weird.
It's weird playing it back to back with the fucking PS5 version of it.
Because I'm sure it looks so much better. But yeah, so like it's cool and everything. Like I enjoyed it, but I am really liking Assassin's Creed like way more. Like I'm having so much more fun in there, even though the game's a little bit like ugly resolution wise and like because it's like a native quest game, so it's not like the prettiest thing ever. I can't like plug it in and play it from Steam or whatever, but it's still really cool. Like I enjoy like I'll just be fucking like parkouring over shit and then like somebody will see me and I'll just like fucking pull one of my fucking knives off of my chest and just like fucking hit him with it, and then like somebody like it's so cool to get to a really high fucking place in a city, like because there's like all the different things, like they give like the historical backgrounds and stuff. So like if you climb to the top of the Venice like chapel thing with the bell in it, there's like a thing you can grab and pull it, and then it'll like tell you like the background story or whatever. But then you can just like jump off of shit, and like honestly, I'm terrified of heights, and in the game, I was pretty fucking scared. Like in a couple different places, like one of them.
I love that.
Like one is whenever you're playing as Connor and you're like in like on a ship, like the ship's not moving, it's in the port, but like you can climb to the very top of it, and like it's just something about the ship kind of moving back and forth and being like on the edge of this thing and like you're just looking down.
Jamal standing in the living room like fucking teetering.
I'm sure Brittany's like looking over at me like, and Ollie is always constantly looking at me like, what is this dumbass doing? But like so like I'm just like on the edge of stuff, and like you can literally do the dive thing, like you put your arms out and you hit A and he'll just like dive off
sick.
into the hay down at the bottom. But it's so cool, like getting to the top of this building and you got to like sneak around all these people. The stealth is there, like it feels like full on stealth. So like I see a guy coming up and I'll just like whoosh, like pull out my fucking like sheathed the hidden blade, like come up behind him and you just stick him wherever you stick him, it actually sticks them. So you just stick him in the fucking face or in the back of the neck or whatever. Or like you'll pull out your bow and like I'll like hit somebody with it and I'll get over and the bow's like the arrow's like stuck in the head and they're just like laid out. I'm like, this is fucked up, dude. But I'm just like,
welcome to VR.
Yeah, just take my arrow back and then I'll just throw the guy off the roof. No, like so because you don't want the guy
That's
to
cool.
come
You
walk
hide the
around.
bodies and stuff.
Yeah, so like if you get in the hay, like you can kind of see out of it, and you can like hold A and then the trigger, and you'll put your fingers together, and you can whistle, like if you put it up to your
that's
face.
cool.
And so like you'll whistle inside the hay, and somebody will come over. He's like, "What's going on?" You know, and then like he gets up close, you just come out, and just fucking yeah, and then pull him into the hay. And I've got like 6 bodies piled up in this haystack with me, just like a fucking psycho, like waiting for the next person. You know, like a random like NPC will walk by, and I'm just like, "You don't want to come in here."
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit.
They're very fun. I love that game so much, and I'm like 15 hours into that one.
That's a
And
pretty
then-
long ass game for a VR game. Like,
Yeah, well, I think it's because I'm also doing. There's like side quest stuff you can do, like
Yeah.
parkour challenges and like shooting challenges and all this stuff. So
That's
I'm just
fun.
running around the city doing whatever in each city. Now, I really like the Connor one just because it's like Revolutionary War era, and it's just really cool to walk around in that time and like see
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
everything is. But yeah, so like I think with better graphics, like if they did a PC VR game for that, like with just like
the exact same game with
just
way better graphics.
resolution and
Yeah.
stuff. Oh my gosh, it could be so cool because like you jump in the water and like you got to swim and like you can come up and like grab on and like grab somebody's ankle and like throw him in. I'm like, why did he die? He just fell in the water. But like, you know, whatever. But you know, it's cool stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool to have a PSVR 2 version of it too. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
I mean, like,
I don't know why they didn't. But obviously because Meta wanted
Yeah,
the
they're
exclusivity
paying, yeah.
for it.
Yeah, I'm about to say move some consoles.
But it's very cool. That Beat Saber is awesome. I've been playing through the campaign on Beat Saber, and I've reached a point to where it's just too hard. Like it's literally impossible to get past this part.
What
Like,
difficulty?
you don't choose a difficulty for the campaign.
Oh.
It just like it starts you off with easy stuff, and then it's like it starts throwing in random things like
that's what happened
no.
with me too. I got to a point where I just couldn't make any more progress.
No,
in the
you can't
campaign.
change the difficulty or anything. It's just like here it is. If you can't get past this, you fucking
fucking
can't do
bad,
it.
yeah.
My problem with Beat Saber is like I want to put emphasis into cutting the blocks. Like I want to swing the fucking lightsaber like a fucking Jedi, but if you want to play on the expert levels, you have to do it
it's
like
all
a
wrist
you got to do it
motions,
like
yeah.
you're playing the drums.
No,
basically,
dude.
Which is
Because the one that I'm on now, it's basing it off of how far distance that your arms have moved. So, like, the way that this level works, you have to move your arms super far. Like, otherwise, because if you beat the level by just using your wrists, you won't win. Like, it'll just make you retry because you have to get 650 meters moving your arms. So, like, but then it'll put the blocks, like, back to back to back to back to back. And it'll be like you have to slice this one up, this one down, or this one to the left and this one down. And like the arrows disappear before they reach you. So you have to remember what it was as it's coming at you while moving your arms like this, while hitting like 30 in a row. And it's just like, dude, what the fuck do you think I am? I'm not a fucking AI.
some people are though.
Like, I'm-
some
Dude.
people online are crazy at that shit.
I
Dude.
just
My
Like,
don't-
little brother Tate is correct at that shit.
How?
He loves it. Yeah, I don't know. He'll do like the crab rave on like on the hardest difficulty, I think. Like
That's amazing.
yeah, and like he's just like
Because
It always blows
look.
my mind when somebody's really good at that shit. Like,
Yeah.
So like I can
fucking
play
keep up.
any of them on expert, but expert just it's just normal. Like the blocks are telling you which way to go or whatever, and you
Yeah.
just do it.
But with the
But
added stuff in the
with
campaign,
the modifiers are bullshit.
Yeah.
The modifiers are just like, well, close one eye, then we'll know if you open it. Like what? The fuck am
How
I
do you
supposed
know?
to do? Like
there's some other good rhythm games in VR.
I couldn't get
fucking-
into the shooting one.
You didn't get into Pistol Whip.
No.
Another fun one is Synth Riders. I don't have it on that one, but it's if you like Beat Saber, fucking Synth Riders is really cool. Like you have like you're basically like punching the air instead of swinging lightsabers, but it's really cool.
What was the shooting one called?
Pistol Whip.
Pistol.
yeah.
Yeah, pistol whip.
Pistol.
I feel like I'm gonna slam my head into something like the whole time because you have to constantly like dip and dodge out of the way.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't like that. Especially, I'm putting it on stationary for a reason. Like I don't want to have to move all the way over here, but it's constantly like I'll start in one spot, and by the time I finish the level, I'm like all the way across the room. Like
It's a very active game.
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
too dangerous. Like it's too dangerous to play in my apartment. Like, because like I know I'm gonna fucking go like this and just fucking bust a tooth out like on my island or something. And I'm not gonna risk that for that game.
No, that's
So-
real.
That one's all right. But like then I was playing, I went into VR chat just to do it. Like,
And you didn't hit me up.
well, I didn't. I mean, I told you I was playing VR. I figured you would say something if you want to play VR
like
chat.
when you played VR chat.
Oh, yeah. But I went into VR chat and just because I was like, everybody talks about this. It's fucking weird. I want to see it.
Fucking weird.
And so I went in and there was like this cool game like area. Like there's one where it's like murder mystery or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to see what this is. But you got to have more people with you to get it going.
Yep.
So, but I went in there not realizing that. And the moment I went into like the world, it was just like 5 furries hanging out talking to each other, and I was like, "All right, I'm backing out." And then so I left, and I went to the Among Us like game or whatever in there.
It was 5 furries talking to each.
No, it was like a bunch of like I was like, dude, I can't be in here. Like it was like a bunch of like 10-year-olds hanging out.
The Among Us, yeah.
And so like I go in and like one of them's like playing like, some weird TikTok music and like they're all in a circle. Like they're not even playing the game. There's like the game is active, but they're all hanging around in the little like lunch area, like where everybody meets to like vote people off. And they're all just like sitting at like the lunch tables together, just
doing
like
the fucking gritty.
Yeah, dude, they're just fucking dancing. And it's like this like 10-year-old kid. He's like, oh man, I'm just vibing, man. I'm just vibing. And I'm just like, are we gonna play the game or like they're like, nah man, we're vibing. I'm like, all right, I'm out. And then so like I dip out of there. I'm like, dude, I guess I'm not made for VR chat. I can't be in here.
You can't just vibe with these kids.
No, dude, I'm not gonna legally. I don't think you can vibe with those kids. So I was just like, I don't want to like just be sitting in here chatting with 10-year-olds. So like I just dipped out. And I was like, maybe I need to find like a more adult one, but I'm afraid of that because then it's just going to be a bunch of weird
that's
furries.
what you get when you go in the Among Us server. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you got the video.
The healthy mix of little ass kids just on fucking VR in general. Like.
Yeah, which is fine, but I just don't want to be stuck on a spaceship with a bunch of 10-year-olds, dancing to TikTok songs. Like, I was like, this is not what I thought this was going to be.
So in VR chat, you got to stay away from the game ones. The game ones are always going to be full. Like, anytime I've hopped in one, it's just been a bunch of kids, and I'm like, yeah, fuck this. But, like, what's really fun is if you go and, like, get away from the highlighted and, like, the top worlds and stuff and just go try to find some obscure shit that like maybe a couple people are in. Like
that sounds scary, dude.
Some out there worlds.
Oh, it's scary as
I don't want to do that. And then they're like, "Hey, what are you?"
end up in some weird, shady fucking places.
Yeah, it sounds like the dark web. Like I don't want to be a part of that.
The weirdest one that I ever ended up in was like this completely black room with this fucking me character, and it was playing like an out of tune Wii song.
Oh yeah.
And it was just standing in the darkness. I was like, okay, like it's time to go.
Boop 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 boop.
No, but it was off. It was the right tones, but it was all out of place. Like not the right pacing at all, and it sounded
because they don't want to get sued by Nintendo. Nintendo shows up in your very abstract VR chat room to fucking hand you a cease and desist order. And like they're just like they look like a fucking like they're the only legit looking Mario character that walks in.
But I do have. You need to. Have you hooked it up to PC yet?
Yeah, I played The Forest on Steam, and it was really cool. Like
I told him he needs to play Phasmophobia a little.
I have that on there, but I didn't try it yet. I was like, I'm not gonna play that by myself. Like
I told him we'd get on there with him.
Yeah. Let me know. I'll hop on in a fucking.
Yeah, I'll hop on there too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
Gang.
I'm off tomorrow.
And because you have it on Steam, it shouldn't matter that you're playing on one account and I'm playing on the other account.
Yeah, because it'll be our separate accounts.
Yeah, it'll be our Steam accounts. Yeah.
But yeah, it was. But yeah, The Forest is really cool. What else did I play on VR? Did I write anything else? No. I played a bunch of random shit though, like just because it was there. Like I was just going through your whole game list, like just trying shit. And I tried that Kung Fu, like where you're just like punching and dodging shit. Like it's just like a fucking. A pole,
thing,
like, and it's like this one you block.
That thing is cool in mixed reality if you have the Quest 3.
It was mixed, like the whole time, like I could see the pole just in my living room. I'm just like blocking shit, but it was very inaccurate. Like I feel like there was a lot of blocks I did that it didn't register, but it might just be the controller, like the funky one.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it was all right. I was like, okay, I'm just getting too much exercise now. Like, there's like a lot of
it's
games.
more of an exercise game, yeah.
Yeah, where it just feels like a secret exercise, like, or a secret cardio game. Like
Did you try that Triton Freediver game at any point?
No.
You gotta check that
Looks
one out
dope,
at some
though.
point. Whenever you're done with Assassin's Creed and you need a game with like a cool story, like that one's a really fucking cool game.
That's what I was gonna do. Was I was gonna finish Assassin's Creed and then try the Asgard's Wrath or whatever, because apparently that's like 100 hours worth of game. Like, and I'm like, how is that possible in VR? Like, how without it being like just too much? Like, I don't know. But
you should try the Triton game before you jump on Asgard's Wrath, because it'll keep you occupied for like fucking ever. Asgard's Wrath is like super duper long. Yeah.
I tried the Red Matter game.
I kind of
too.
got bored with Asgard's Wrath. Yeah, Red Matter.
Yeah,
Red Matter has impressive graphics, but the gameplay is kind of like boring to me.
The Red Matter didn't look that great either. But I'm also playing all this native, so I'm like, none of this is gonna look great. Like, I'm like, even the best of the best native is not gonna look that good compared to like shit I've seen on PSVR 2.
As far as like native
PC
Quest
too.
games go, Red Matter, in my opinion, is about as good as it gets. Like with just the Quest graphics, you know what I mean? And it looks okay for what it is, you know. But Quest 3 apparently has an upgrade to that Red Matter 2, which I would like to see.
I need to borrow or like somehow log into your Steam account just so I can try Half-Life Alyx.
I'm sure there's a way we could log you in on my thing for a second. Like,
just so I can see what it looks
we
like.
wouldn't get like banned or anything, would we? If you just logged into my account and play the game for us?
No, because like it would be like you logged in to Steam at my house.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like I need you to log me into Steam. Or your Steam account, just so I can use Half-Life Alyx, not even to beat it, because I'm sure it takes a while to beat, but like just so I can see what it looks like.
Sure.
Well, I don't want to take your Steam account, because you're gonna need your Steam account in the meantime to play your games. I just want to see what it looks like and just kind of feel it,
Yeah.
But
surely it would like log you out if I logged in.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
There we go. Yeah, we could do that. But anyways, yeah, that's what I've been playing. That's what I've been doing. Just lots of VR, and then Peggle in the meantime, in between, like it as a flat screen game, just playing Peggle with
you gotta
my
get
girlfriend.
On that Peggle, bro.
Yeah, we're about done. There's only 2 levels left, and then we're done with the whole game. So, but anyways, what y'all been
I
playing?
never thought I'd hear you talk so much about VR.
Yeah, me either. But I mean, hey, I just had to be like put in it. So
I'm glad you're in there. Yeah. Makes me want to go play the a little more of the Assassin's Creed game. I haven't given it enough.
Yeah, you've only put an hour in. Whenever, like, and actually, I played your game just a minute ago. You haven't even done anything. You haven't even gone outside yet.
I'm like super. Well, I went outside for a little bit, but it was
no,
like,
but you haven't gone outside yet. Like that part is not the outside.
Oh
like,
shit.
Yeah, like you literally were like at the. Did you even climb up and do the eagle's nest thing yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then that first one, it's kind of like outside, but it's like dark and there's not much shit going on. Once you get out of that tunnel and like you go into the daytime and like you get to just like
I was like climbing around on buildings and stuff.
Where did you get to do like the side quests and stuff like that?
I did some of the time trial things and stuff like that. Yeah.
Maybe you have. It
was very brief. It was like
okay.
I went outside for a second. I did a few time trials, and then I went and did the mission where you're like climbing around in that like big room and stabbing people.
Yeah, and maybe I'm just not used to VR yet. Like I don't know all the things you know, but the fighting is fun in that game and stuff like that. Like
no, I feel like it's pretty good too. But I see it get a lot of criticism online, which I find kind of unfair. I feel like it's not the worst combat I've ever played with. You know,
just make sure you calibrate. Like stick your arms out and like do the thing, because like if you don't, you'll literally get stuck. Like there's parts in the game that just won't work. Like there's like a mission. I didn't put my arms all the way out. I did this because I was in a stationary thing and I didn't want to like put my hands outside of the thing. And so like I go over and like the mission is like you have to twist this like lever thing. And
it wasn't registering your twist.
It just wouldn't work. Like he would start and then he would let go. So I thought I didn't put the puzzle pieces together right. And like I went on Reddit and a bunch of people were having the same problem. They were like, am I just doing the puzzle wrong or whatever? And it was like, no, it was just like because I didn't stick my arms out, like I just needed to keep twisting it. And so like he would go and he would just let go. Like even though I had it set on the thing to not let go until like I had it on toggle.
Oh.
And so like I was like, why is he letting go if that's not it, you know? And like, it was just fucked up. Like, so make sure you stick your arms out or it won't work. Yeah.
I didn't realize the Assassin's Creed was coming to Quest 2. I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be a Quest 3 thing.
I thought so too. I thought it was a
think
3.
everything is required. Like until they put out some sort of notice, everything is required to come to Quest 2 right now.
Oh,
But
okay.
like a lot of it supposedly is going to have a Quest 3 upgrade, which is actually pretty cool because Quest 2s are cheap as hell right now. Like you can get one for like under 200, I think.
I think
Yeah.
Quest 3 is like 400 right now, like at certain places.
Yeah.
But
Really?
it's pretty cheap, like for a Quest 3. Like I've been, on the
Where?
Quest subreddit. Like just get on Reddit, and people will post like, "Oh, found Quest 3 for $400. Go check it out or whatever." Like people post that shit constantly on Reddit.
Dude, now that I've upgraded to ChatGPT 4, you can fucking have it like search the web for stuff, and if you tell it to find you deals on certain things, it'll find you like crazy fucking deals. I was like looking at laptops the other day, and I was like, find me a laptop, find me the cheapest laptop you can, and it pulled up like 5 laptops that were like $50, like from some weird website. But I looked it up, and the website seems legit. I was
Pulling
like,
it from the dark web.
Yeah.
basically, like it scours the fucking web to find you some cheap shit.
These are
like,
smash and grab laptops.
It's like, if you break into this Best Buy, you can get it for free.
Here's the location.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
They're
It's
just
like
a
it's just going through the back door.
I've
It's
hacked the
located at this.
security for you.
Yeah.
Just a $50 pair of bolt cutters. Fucking.
Which you can also get for free. Anyways,
What you been playing, bro?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, let me see. I've been playing Arizona Sunshine 2 a little bit.
How is that?
It's all right. It's basically just Arizona Sunshine 1 with more guns and
With
a
a
dog.
2 in the title?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Cleaner graphics though, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And
they're
like
upgraded.
the zombies like heads explode like in a cool way when you shoot
Into
them, and
pieces.
like they react to your shots. Like their bodies will like dismember if you shoot them in the arm. Their arm will come off and stuff depending on what gun you're using and stuff. It's pretty cool. And there's like melee weapons, so there's like definitely improvements. I can hardly talk. The dog is really cool. You can like pet him and his ears flop around, and you can play fetch with him and stuff. And you can sick him on zombies. He's a fun improvement to the game, but I'm not very far. So far, so good, though. I mean, I feel like it would be more fun with co-op, you know what I mean? So I need
For
to
sure.
definitely get on the co-op on that.
How many people co-op is it?
I think it's 2, but it might be 4. And I know for a fact that there's a horde mode that you can do up to 4 people, maybe more than
Okay.
that. Yeah, like so.
My favorite thing to do in VR is just this. Like I don't know why. Like I like doing the thing. Like people be talking to me, like NPCs, like giving me the campaign story, and I'm just like, that's just like, I can imagine in their brains, they'd just be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like I'm like an assassin, and I'm just like. It's just funny watching your fingers like go into that dumbass
Virtual
looking.
thing.
Yeah.
No, but other than that, I've just been playing some Baldur's Gate 3 still. I'm on like my 3rd playthrough, about to finish it, I think. And then I've been playing Dave the Diver, which is a little bit of fun. But really,
Nice.
I've just been waiting on Persona fucking 3 to come out. Like,
That's like this week on Game Pass.
yeah, I've been really craving a JRPG. I almost bought the fucking new Like a Dragon Infinite game or whatever.
Oh, they're saying that game is awesome. Like people are saying
it looks
it's
really
like
cool.
getting 10 out of
But
10.
my problem is, like, I didn't really play any of the other ones, so I feel like I wouldn't really be so, like...
Apparently you don't need to. They said like at this one, if you want to know anything about it, just go watch a recap of the last game.
It looked cool because, like, they're in Hawaii, and, like, most of the time, like, the Yakuza games are fun, but, like, the setting feels the same because they do the same, like,
Yeah.
Tokyo over and over again. So, like, I think it would be kind of fun to, like, play in a different environment, you know what I mean?
This one also has a lot of cool like mini game stuff. Like
I was just about
apparently
to say there's a fuck ton of side games. From what
Yeah.
I've been seeing.
It looks cool.
there's a Pokemon side game. There's
that's
Animal
a
fun.
Crossing.
Yeah, Animal Crossing. They said like the Pokemon one is like apparently there's like a bunch of dudes who show up on the beach who are like like in their underwear and stuff like that, and like you can catch them and then like use them like Pokemon and stuff. Like it's just some weird shit. But
That's
like
fucking awesome.
apparently it's really fun.
I've seen the combat looks fun too, like just from like a tactical, old school Final Fantasy type perspective. You know what I mean? Like I saw one where they're fighting like this gigantic fucking shark, and it was like his group, and they're all. It just looked like an epic Final Fantasy boss fight, but it was like this ridiculous like megalodon shark like fighting them. I don't know. It looked cool.
I think you also get the option to switch back to just action like mode. Like you don't have to do it in JRPG mode. Like I think you can actually play that game out of the JRPG mode if you want.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure. I think I read that in a review, but I can't remember. But anyways, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Devin?
I was gonna say, isn't it on Game Pass? I thought.
No, that was the man who erased his name, and then they have the other one.
They have a bunch of them.
Basically, every Yakuza game
except the newest
one. Yeah,
that makes sense.
But the man who erased his name came out like at the end of last year, and it came straight to Game Pass. But I saw an interview with the developer, and he was like, basically, I wanted to give the Game Pass people a little taste of our game with the man who erased his name, so whenever the new one came out, they'd all be hooked. You know what I mean?
And there's been nothing good to say about the new one, so that's a good tactic.
Yeah, I'll definitely want to get my hands on it, but it's like I don't want to get my too into a fucking big JRPG when Persona 3 is coming right around the corner, and like I know I'm gonna be like sinking my time into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking. Oh, was that all? Was that all you?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I played. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I've been playing some things.
What you been playing?
Things. So much earlier back, because it's been 2 weeks since I was here. Much earlier back, I was playing Lethal Company with some friends.
Oh yeah, that's the one where you're like in space salvaging stuff.
Yeah,
right?
you like go to these dangerous ass planets and had some really good laughs out of it. There was one moment where we were exploring, and I'm playing with some old buddies from Tomball. We were exploring, and I was just kind of following along because I'm still pretty noob at the game, don't really know shit, and so I was at the end of like, there's 3 people in front of me, and then I'm kind of lagging behind, just like looking at shit, like whatever. And they go down this hallway, and this fucking turret goes, and all I hear is I just hear them run, and then they go in the hallway, but they like die, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I hear them all scream, and so I like kind of like peek down the hallway a little bit to try to see what the hell like happened, and it looks like it's just an open hallway. I can't see their bodies for some reason, and so I'm like, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna get your stuff and I'm gonna get it back to the ship. And I run, and it's a fucking dead end that's set up to look like it's a hallway, and the fucking turret just shoots me and kills me in a pile of bodies. And then got fucking chased through it. Got chased by different monsters and shit. I want to do a VR mod for it. There's a really good VR mod for it apparently. And
Is it Unreal Engine?
No, it's somebody just made a fully fleshed out VR mod.
Oh, that's fun.
And it can play with flat screen players too.
That's cool.
So I really want to try that. Power World, fucking was super addicted to that. Still been playing it off and on. Just haven't really had a lot of time here lately.
Yeah, I stopped, but they opened a dedicated server in the Discord.
Yeah,
like, over.
yeah.
So like you can jump in and play whenever, like, and nobody has to be on, and like, but we're all in that same server.
Yeah,
there,
I hopped in there. Yeah, I have a small base going. It's probably destroyed by now. But
that's cool.
I don't want to play anymore. I can't. I get those games, dude. They take too much time. That's the problem.
Yeah, I just can't get into it. Like,
yeah,
I could. I just don't want to.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a time sink. Like my world, I turned all the fucking modifiers up, like so I could like blast through some shit and really experience the game without having to drop fucking days into it. And I still put like 12 hours into the game and didn't really get anywhere. Like even with all the modifiers turned up.
Yeah.
But no, I like it a lot. I love the whole building aspect to it.
I liked the little bit I played. It just kind of made me mad because I kept making the damn POW balls and then accidentally throwing them because I would hit right bumper.
yeah, I'm the same way with.
I worked so hard to make those POW balls.
Dude, hitting fucking Q all the damn time. So yeah, I've been playing Power World, a little bit of Call of Duty here and there, but not as much. I'm weaning away from Call of Duty. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. There's something. I just have not been having good games with it. I don't know if I'm just getting too old to keep up with this like faster movement and shit now.
No,
but
it's cheating.
fucking, or it's that. I don't know.
It's absolutely
Straight up
cheating,
not
dude.
been having a good time with Call of Duty. So I've been playing like a bunch of other shit.
Dude, I've been playing Fortnite when I feel like playing a shooter lately. I don't know what it
Really?
is, man. I keep going back to Fortnite. Call me crazy.
I think somebody subscribed, by the way. Did they? Can you tell if that's a recent subscription? 'Cause
Everybody do the subscribe dance. We all just
boop,
fucking
boop,
get
boop,
naked.
boop, 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 boop. The cops bust in
Yeah.
and start just beating the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Lex loves balls.
Oh,
Hell
appreciate it.
Hell
Lex
yeah,
loves
Lex.
balls.
The one that's coming after
Hopefully,
you.
I guess it's mine, but thank you for loving them, sir.
Fucking-
Ma'am, I don't know.
Yeah, and then played Hell Let Loose. That was fun. Fun in a very morbid.
I don't know. Anyways, Hell Let's Loose. Dude,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Hell's,
yeah.
Hell Let
Hell
Loose.
Let Loose.
Hell
Yeah,
Let
it's on
Loose.
Game
That's a
Pass
fun
now.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. I was running and thought I was doing good until my fucking whole like squad next to me just got dismembered into like a pile of bodies, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, you
Fuck.
die so fast in that
Yeah.
game, and then like there's no idea on what to do in that game. Like you're with your squad or whatever, but it's like you don't know what you're doing, how it's affecting the overall game at any given point. Or at least I could never
I'm
figure
gonna
out.
say it's pretty straightforward. All the matches I played, it's just like a capture the point.
Have you seen the map though?
Yeah, it's huge.
And it makes no fucking sense. Like you gotta like actually know how to read a fucking map. I'm like, where are we going?
I'm
Like-
with you on this, Jamal. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I
No.
just kept dying.
There's like one guy who's like the overall leader on the mic, just being like, guys, we gotta, oh my god, guys. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't
had
want to
a-
play this.
I had a much better experience with it. There was one map that I really fucking hated. It was like a desert map, and like
Oh, yeah.
literally as soon as you poked your head out of cover, there was like fucking 30 men lined up on some adjacent cover just blasting you. So that one sucked
Yeah.
ass because you couldn't advance at all. But there was another one where I was in like some like maybe looked like the hills of like France or something in like a wooded hilly area. And that one was really fun to push through because like you can be going and then look to your left, and it was also dark too. So you'd be like walking and look to your left, and there's a fucking enemy like just
Yeah,
running,
bonjour. And
running
they
right
just
past you.
Yeah,
So I put up a bunch of kills on that one, but then most of the other ones I was just getting wrecked by fucking mortar fire and all this other shit.
it's a tough game. It's a
And
tough
then,
game.
Picking up Battlefield again
No.
because fucking Call of Duty's pissing me off.
What,
so,
so you go
that's-
back to Battlefield?
Large scale,
Yeah.
large scale battles.
Fucking Battlefield's in a great place right now. Yeah.
Is it like
Yeah.
how? Whenever you say a great place, what does that mean?
I mean,
though?
it's an actual finished like what Battlefield
Yeah,
should have been.
I just mean like I feel like every time I play like Battlefield or like something like that, I feel like I'm just like in like a Shadowland. Like I know there's a lot of people playing, but it's like so irrelevant to the game sphere at this point that I'm just like I don't know why. Whenever I play a first person shooter like that's multiplayer, I have to feel like it's people are playing it, like Fortnite or like PUBG or like Warzone.
Okay, yeah, we'll call it.
You get what I'm saying? It's not in the zeitgeist anymore. So I'm like, well, what
Is
is?
Apex in the zeitgeist still?
I think it is. I'm pretty
Oh yeah,
sure Apex
absolutely.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apex is still pretty big.
Sorry, just curious there. I haven't-
Nah, from what I've heard, I mean,
I
I
think
still have
so.
like a
I
large
fucking
group of
love
my
Apex
friends.
personally. I just
Apex has like a big like competitive scene. That's the thing. Is like it's got to have like some kind of competitive scene. Otherwise, I feel like I'm wasting my time. Not that I'm ever gonna be competitive or good.
But, yeah.
Like it's something. It's like a FOMO thing. You know, like I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. It's
I,
like
I get what you're saying.
it's
fucking-
like if they made a new Battlefield like that everybody was talking about and it was like about to drop or something, then sure. But like
Well, I don't play things just because they're popular. Jamal.
I only
I
play
actually-
popular first person shooters. Like I
will
can't
say
play
this, like,
non-popular ones.
I have a bit of a like that, but not that. Like I like prefer games that are brand new. Like if a game just came out, I'm drawn to it. Like I want to
Yeah.
see what the new thing is. You know what I mean? Like, and most of the time, I'm willing to fucking to buy it to find out.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Especially if it's a first person shooter. Like I can't I feel like every time a new first person shooter comes out, it changes something to the fundamental like landscape of first person shooters. So like if it's an older one, like Halo's gone. Halo's done and dead to me. Like I'll never go back to Halo Infinite like for multiplayer. Like I'll play the campaign or whatever, but the multiplayer it came and nobody wanted it, so I don't want it. It's
Yeah.
just gone. You know, like that sucks, but that's just what it is. You know.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't have that with Battlefield just because I miss what Battlefield used to be. Like
Yeah.
3 and 4, I put thousands of hours into that fucking
Yeah, there's
game.
like a nostalgia for Battlefield
Yeah,
specifically.
well, and now that it's actually like a finished game, I can actually go and get the expectations that I had when fucking 2042 first dropped, and it was a shit show. So like returning to it now, I'm like, okay, like this is fun. This is the enjoyment that I expected when this game first fucking launched. Even though this is damn near 2 years now later. But I mean, as far as
2042 at this
yeah, right. As far as the game is concerned, though, I mean, it is fully developed and fleshed out now. I mean, me and Tate got into several like 128 player lobbies and shit. Like, there's enough people playing it for it to like have good matches and shit. But no, I mean, it's definitely not up there in any kind of like popular FPS anymore. Fucking 2042 and 5 killed Battlefield pretty bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully it makes it.
1 was so good. I liked 1 a lot.
1 was cool, yeah.
Yeah, I liked 1, and then 4 was probably my all-time favorite. 3 and 4, it's hard to decide. But yeah, Battlefield just needs to.
Bad.
They just need to
company.
do like a perfect finished game at fucking launch and go back to like 4 or 3 or something. Like not futuristic, just maybe like modern shit. And just
Also
do
quick-
it really fucking good.
Also, I feel like everything like that just tries to like be Call of Duty, and then it's like well, then just play fucking Call of Duty. You know, like
Yeah.
that's how I feel about it. It's like do something different. Like that's why I liked 1 so much, because it was so different. But like if it's gonna just try to be Call of Duty, then why not just play fucking Call
Well,
of Duty?
and they almost did go. 2042 almost kind of half-ass pulled that shit because they basically got rid of the fucking role system. Like you have like recon, medics, assault, and support.
Yeah.
And they like at the beginning of 2042 for the longest time, like none of that shit fucking mattered because you could use any operator with any class
and it all did the same
and
shit.
any gun with any class too.
Yeah.
And so like it literally did not. There was no role playing like or as far as like support role attack like all that shit. There was none of that.
No
in the
squad
game.
based shit.
Yeah, there's no squad based like squad roles.
It's basically just perks from Call of Duty.
it's just
You would
running
just
around-
like
yeah.
pick your gun and then pick your perk, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, then fucking play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about
So,
it.
but they've reined it back in a little bit. Like there's specific like support, recon, and all that can only play specific characters that they have in there with like abilities and stuff. But
Is
you
it
can
on
still
Game Pass?
yeah, it's on Game Pass.
The 2042?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I might
It
actually-
wasn't at first, but now it's chilling on there.
I
So
might
Yeah.
give it a little schmack, you know what I
It
mean?
looks really good too. I mean, the graphics are great for it.
it's always looked good though.
And it plays really well too. Like it's still a solid shooter as far as like functionality and stuff. It just was missing so many fucking like features. Like when it came out, it was an unfinished game entirely.
One thing. Oh, did you ever end up playing the Medal of Honor game on VR?
No, I didn't. Above and Beyond?
The
I
one
don't
that
know.
came out for like $60.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, I want because I was just about to say the only other first-person shooter I'd probably ever test outside of Call of Duty, like whenever it comes to war shooters, if it were to come back, would be a Medal of Honor game, and I forgot that it's on VR. So now I'm gonna have to do it. I have to.
No.
I have to.
I've heard mixed things about it.
I've
Yeah,
heard-
I've seen some people say it's really good in that like everybody was hating for no reason.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
So I'm
I've
like,
seen plenty of people were hitting for good reason, and there's a lot of issues with it. That it's still. I looked back at it, not recently, but like I did like let me look at this game to see if they fixed the issues that
Yeah.
were, and from what I like looked up, none of it was fixed. Maybe look into it and see if it is now, but
everybody's hating on the Assassin's Creed game too,
Oh,
and
no,
I
really?
love the shit out of this game.
Yeah, I've
Like-
honestly, VR is one of those things where I've learned to just kind of like try it for myself and see
Yeah.
how I feel about it. Because there's a lot of things where I think either people just can't figure out how to get it set up right, or what, or like maybe they just have a finicky setup or something.
Or they didn't put their arms all the way out and
Yeah.
hold A. Like
Exactly.
that's the thing. Is like it's so different to each person. It's so fine tuned to
Yeah.
each person's face and stance and everything that I'm like, it's so weird. Like I would like to test it, like, or at least I'm gonna go Google it because I completely forgot that was a thing
Yeah.
till we just started talking about these.
Well, and they made a big deal out of it too, like right before it launched, like saying this is gonna be like the first big AAA title that we got on VR, like this.
Well, also,
AAA first person shooter.
I love World War II shit. I love Medal of Honor, and so like they say that there's like full documentary type shit going on in it. I'm down.
Apparently that shit's really cool, and
Yeah.
I've seen.
That would be dope.
To me, the multiplayer aspect of it looked really fun, but I doubt.
Oh,
that-
there's multiplayer too.
Yeah, apparently there's.
Oh,
like,
I thought it was just a campaign. Like that's all I was hyped for. So if there's multiplayer too, I'm down for
apparently
that.
there's full on multiplayer, but I don't know if the lobbies are populated these days. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like.
I'm just vibing, man. That's why I get in there. It's that same kid. Leave me alone.
He's just vibing in every lobby.
If you want to scratch a shooting itch in VR, your top go-tos are going to be like Pavlov.
Population 1, you gotta throw that.
I've already
on
played
there.
Pop
That's
Well,
my
Pop
shit.
One. I mean, for a battle royale. But like, if you want to just play like some multiplayer, like shooting,
And I played that other one. What's that? What's the one that's like paintball, basically?
Rec Room.
Rec Room.
No, not Rec Room. The one that came out with a sequel and then it flopped, and then they all were like, "We have to quit making games now."
Oh, fucking. Firewall.
yeah,
0
I played
Hour.
that one. That one was pretty good.
That one was cool.
Like
the
the first
sequel
one.
kind of sucked, but that one was cool.
Yeah.
What is
Those
the-
people, I actually have a game that those people made, but the game they made for Quest kind of sucks. It's called Solaris Off-World Combat.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. I did not play it though, but Solaris sounded familiar, and I was like, I wonder what that is. Like, I've heard that,
Dude.
and I see Echo VR on the list, and I'm like, I know I've heard you guys talk about that
Yeah.
Lone Echo or something. Like,
Yeah,
shit,
Lone Echo is really cool. Echo VR is like a frisbee
yeah.
like sport game.
Yeah,
where you,
I meant
like,
the Lone Echo one.
Lone
Yeah.
Echo, they're both
Yeah.
cool, but for their own reason. Like Lone Echo has a really neat story, and like the movement system is really cool. I find that games where you like swim or like float through the air like you're in space feel really cool in VR because you can like, I don't know, you just get that weightless feeling when you're like sitting on a chair and like pulling yourself through a space station or something. You know what I mean?
I played the table tennis one. That's way too real.
They did
Like,
a really good job with the physics on
yeah,
that.
they
like,
made it too hard
Did you
because I
play
suck
online
at
with people?
table tennis. No, I was just trying to play against the computer, and it
People
took
online
forever.
are cold as hell, dude. Like,
I'm like, I don't want it to be this real. Like, I suck in real life, so it's just me hitting it and then never getting to hit it back again because it'll like go too far or it'll
if
like
you get better
hit my
on there
side.
though, like it will translate skill wise
Oh, yeah.
to real life. Like it's crazy.
I'm sure that's how I felt. I was like, dude, I'm not. But then I played that like one that's kind of like Wii Sports. It was like a demo, and like there's like these weird little creatures, and you're like playing tennis against them and stuff, and bowling and baseball. It's pretty fun.
I don't know if I remember that one. That sounds kind of fun.
It was fun. I mean, it's just a demo of each one, so like you can't play too far into it, but it was good.
Dude, Contractors. Contractors has
Contractors
a
is fun.
Star Wars mod that I think you would
Oh, nice.
love. It's basically Battlefront, old Battlefront 2 in VR.
Is Contractors like a multiplayer shooter or something?
Yeah, Contractors is a big multiplayer FPS. Like one of the top two FPS shooters probably as far as those goes, like Pavlov and Contractors.
See, my
Yeah,
thing is
followed
like
by like Onward or something probably.
Yeah, Onward's got to be. Yeah, the top three for sure would be Onward, Contractors, and Pavlov. All for different
As far
reasons.
as just like realistic shooters go.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to play those, but like, I honestly just want really cool like single player experiences. Like right now,
That's
at
kinda
least
how
that's
I
kind of
feel. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
big single player person.
Like at least for VR, like dude. There's no way I'm gonna be good at anything multiplayer for VR. You know, like it's not gonna happen. So like, you know,
I highly recommend that Triton Freediver game, and obviously Half-Life Alyx is like, got to recommend that.
yeah.
But
But
again-
I'll play multiplayer with you guys. Like, but I'm never gonna just be sitting there by myself and be like, let me hop on here and play with some rando.
The only game
Yeah.
I was like that with was Population 1. I got really into that for a while, but I haven't been
We
able-
played it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it with you guys a couple times. It's all right. It's just something about it. I'm just
I
like
didn't like the shooting in it. That's what killed it.
I don't know if it was
That's what
the
I
shooting.
did like about it, actually. I really enjoyed the shooting.
I didn't like that. I felt like I was like an army man in like a PlayStation 1 game. Like, that's how everything looked. Like, it looked like somebody drew it in paint, or it was like old school RuneScape or something. Like, it just didn't feel like legit. Like, it felt like somebody made it real fast and threw it out there. Like, here's a Coke can. And it was like, drink this shit and like you'll get health. And I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel the opposite. I feel like it's well made. I mean, they definitely are going for like a Fortnite-y kind of aesthetic. You know what I mean? But I feel like they did a good job with what they're trying to do.
I'm not saying it's a bad game at all. It just the shooting felt weird to me. I could never get good at like anytime I'd get in a gunfight with people, I'd lose 9 times out of 10.
I'm just not vibing, man. You know, like that's I just wasn't feeling the vibe of the game.
That's real. That's real.
It wasn't that the game was bad. It just wasn't my vibe. You know, I'm gonna start taking the cue of that 10-year-old kid. Like, you know, if a game is vibing or not. And I just wasn't vibing, dude.
More vibing. That's okay.
Yeah. It's not, it's not Travis Scott for me, you know, like that's whatever they were I'm pretty sure it was Travis Scott. But anyways,
that's all I got.
Okay. We front loaded this episode. So let's
It's a good thing though, because I didn't find a whole lot of news. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
there
you guys.
wasn't much. There wasn't too much
Not like discussing worthy.
I only found like one thing, to be honest with you, one article. Maybe I didn't look hard enough. You know,
there's definitely I have way more than one article, but I grabbed them to kind of pick and choose what I'm actually going to talk about. Some of these things I'm not going to read. Like, we don't have to read everything because there's really not that much interesting stuff, and I don't want the listener to be like, why the fuck are we talking about this? But let's get into the gaming news. Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're simply bringing them all to one place. We're like Metacritic, you know, but for news. You know, that's kind of what we are. The podcast Metacritic of news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just bring them all to one place. Anyways, let's jump into the first thing here that I feel like is worth talking, which is the whole Suicide Squad debacle.
Oh my God.
Rocksteady Studios has been forced to pull Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League offline just 1 hour into its deluxe edition's early access launch due to a bug that automatically completed players' games. Though the Batman Arkham Universe live service game doesn't launch proper until February 2nd, those who paid an extra $30 for the deluxe edition were granted 3 days of early access.
All
this
three
means
of you. Sorry.
Yeah, this means it now should be available in New Zealand, but as reported by VGC, the game is currently offline and will
that
be...
would actually piss me the fuck off if I paid specifically to get the early access and then they took it off, you know? Like, get the fuck
They
out
just,
of here.
like, don't release it, like, an extra couple hours, like, just so you have that extra time.
To give it back.
Yeah, it's like Rocksteady issued a statement on Twitter addressing the issues, though it didn't indicate if the game would still be offline as of its launch in the U.S. or other regions. The developer didn't say if it would issue refunds for customers who paid the extra $30 either. Quote, we're aware that a number of players are currently experiencing an issue whereby upon logging into the game for the first time, they have full story completion, the statement said. To resolve this issue, we will
just start a new game.
I don't think so. I think it's just done.
Yeah, they just hit new game.
You get one save, dude. During this time, the game will be unavailable. We expect this to take several hours, and we'll update once we have more information. Jeez. We apologize for the inconvenience. This article was posted at 8:05 a.m. this morning.
No update yet?
No, that was the last update. So I don't know if this was ever fixed.
And to add insult to injury, and speaking of other regions, like he mentioned, there was a sale on the game in the UK for like it marked down to like 43 euros, whatever.
Oh yeah. Also,
before the game even came out, it caught a sale, like a 30-something%
Shit,
sale.
let me catch that sale.
Hold on. This is the reason why you should not pay even 43 euros for this game, you Europeans. Suicide Squad's early access.
Chaz? Who is our buddy from the UK that?
Wow. Now that you say, dude. Hold on,
dude.
Jason. I was like, wait, why did you say Chaz?
No, we had a Chaz. We had a Chaz or Chad. Someone. No,
Chad. You're talking about Chad McClane, dude.
Yeah, he was. He invited us to go shoot. No. There was some guy that similar name to that invited us to go shooting a while back.
That's Chad.
That's Chad. That's Chad.
Okay,
Yeah. So okay, I was like, I know you're talking about Jason, but because you said Chaz, now my brain kept wanting to say you're thinking of Chad. But no.
Yeah,
Jason,
sorry.
Jason is our boy over in the UK. Chad is our boy
He's
here
here
in the
local.
US of A.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he shoots
My
lots of
bad.
guns. He's very Texan.
Yeah.
He just shoots things like not like that. He actually works for like a fucking,
Range.
a range. Yeah, a shooting range. But anyways, so back to Suicide Squad suiciding. Unfortunately, IGN and most of the big, review places won't have a review of Rocksteady's new game as a service looter shooter for you right away, as codes were not sent out ahead of time. In fact, Warner Bros. Games informed IGN that it has declined to send codes at all. That's
So you gotta pay for them.
no, it's because they don't want people to see
Yeah.
bad reviews. So,
I'm still not convinced this is a bad game. Like, you
dude,
know what I'm saying?
come on,
Like,
right?
I feel like all the trailers look good to me still. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, okay, a couple people got the shit, like, with a bug that completed the game for them. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't have any hard proof that this is a bad game yet. You know what I mean? Like, and I just from Rocksteady's track record, I'm willing to suspend my fucking disbelief until we have solid evidence here. You know what I mean?
I think
My
the solid evidence
is
is them not sending out review codes to like IGN and
They're
GameSpot
already
and
being a
stuff like
sale.
that.
Like,
They're not even just the sell thing. I don't know. That might have just been somebody, got the games off the back of a truck and started selling them. Like I don't know what the legitimate thing is to that, but the fact that there's already a game destroying bug, or a game completing bug, like right off the bat, and like
be worse.
people paid $30 to get in there and it's already just fucked, and like things like that tell me that this probably isn't going to go well. Though I am surprised it's not going to go well because it's Warner Brothers and it's Rocksteady, but this is Rocksteady's first live service game ever. So like
I feel like a rocky launch to your first ever live service game is not necessarily like, an indicator that the game itself is going to be bad. I think we all just need to
But
be
then we did
patient,
see
you
the delay, the trailer for it was trash. Like it literally looked like the most boring thing. Like whenever they first showed
I feel
it.
like the trailers they've showed recently have looked really interesting. The game itself looks interesting to me. Like I don't know, everybody's dogging on it, but the graphics look great, the story looks great. Like I don't really I don't know. It looks more interesting than any other superhero game that's come out recently. Like what I mean? With the exception of maybe Spider-Man 2.
I was about to say,
what
what
I
are
mean?
you
Yeah,
talking
I was
about?
like-
Like it's literally like one
But, like-
game of the year.
I'm just saying, like, story-wise, that sounds just as interesting to me. Like, okay, Spider-Man, yeah, we fight Venom, woo. Fucking this one, you're like fighting the entire fucking Justice League. That sounds dope as hell.
Yeah,
like,
by just shooting guns though.
not necessarily. I mean, maybe a little bit of shooting some guns, yeah.
I mean,
But you're
that's-
also probably gonna be
yeah.
whacking people with bats and other shit that they do. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, like
sure, it's not all just I mean, what's wrong with shooting guns?
I don't know. A third person shooting guns is just boring to
You gotta
me.
bust some caps sometimes, bro. Sorry.
That's true. That's true.
Sorry.
Sometimes you do, but in this respect, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Just what they had shown didn't look interesting to me. But then again, I could be completely wrong. It could be the next Destiny, dude.
I'm
it could
on-
be the next big thing.
I don't
I'm
think
on
it's gonna
Jamal's
be
side
the
on
next
this.
Destiny.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like what it is. I don't know. Like it's definitely not a Destiny type game that they're trying to go for here. I don't think.
No.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
it
Like,
is though. Technically, they're going for a looter shooter, so they are going for a Destiny. Alive as service looter shooter, but at the same time, it's like a whole different thing. Like in the
that's what
fact
I'm
that it's
saying. I'm thinking
superheroes.
this is gonna be more like fucking Marvel Avengers, but actually good than fucking Destiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It looks to me like what was that game that came to Xbox back in the day? You're like a superhero, Grand Theft Auto almost, like
Crackdown.
Crackdown. It looks like Crackdown.
This is
to me.
gonna be nothing like Crackdown. I
Oh,
can
let's
promise
see
you
it.
that.
Let's see.
with
If it-
hopping around the city.
yeah, like it was shooting third person, like superhero.
Oh.
I don't know. The Crackdown looked more interesting to me than this, but like we'll see. I love Suicide Squad the movie, like the new one, not the David Ayer or whatever that guy's name is, but the one that just recently came out, the James Gunn one. That one was hilarious. It was great. Did you watch that one?
No, I didn't.
It's on. I think it's on
HBO.
Netflix right now too.
Oh, really?
I think it is.
They're both on one of the things I was
Yeah,
looking at recently.
watch it, dude. The one with the weasel dude and all that shit. It's actually really fucking funny. There's I gotta say, there's like a part in that movie where they're sneaking into like this camp, like, because like they're supposed to like get in there and take out these bad guys. And they like get onto this island. They're going through and they're just like doing all these like fucking cool finishing moves. And like they're like trying to one up each other on the kills and everything. And they finally get to the area. They find out, like, this is a spoiler. Sorry guys, but they get to the part and it turns out that these were the freedom fighters they were supposed to be helping. They just like murdered all of them. Yeah, just like they caught some of them on fire and they're just like fucking like dying and like screaming. And like they get in there and she's
funny.
Like, wipe out the whole
she's
force.
like, when did you guys get here? That they thought they were like trying to rescue her, and like they were just all on her side. Like they were just like her whole like force. Like they just murdered all of them.
That's funny.
It's like the polka dot guy like literally like sent all the polka dots in the sky and he just exploded everywhere. Dude, watch that movie. It's fucking hilarious.
It is pretty good.
It's so good. But yeah, and then whenever they finally get to her, she has like a rat, like the little rat, and it's just like, you know what I'm talking about? The little mouse. I think it was Sebastian is the rat or whatever. For some reason, this lady has a rat. She might be some character from the actual like
No,
DC.
she's in the Suicide Squad. She
Oh, no,
controls,
she doesn't
She
have it.
controls rats.
Yeah, she controls the rats, but like so whenever they get there and like the freedom fighter lady's like, is that a rat? And it's just like, it's like waving at her. It's like, is that rat waving at me? Oh man, I didn't think it was gonna be good. I thought it was gonna be trash, but it was so fucking funny.
See, the last time you thought a Suicide Squad thing was
that's
gonna
what
be
I'm saying.
trash.
That was my whole point. Was it might be good, but I don't know. It's not James Gunn making this game. James Gunn doesn't flop when it comes to funny superhero shit.
Yeah.
So like he did Guardians of the Galaxy, which apparently did not flop. But
I just feel like the last couple of Batman related things they did were fucking so good that I refuse to believe that this one's
that was
gonna
like
be
10
bad.
years ago, dude.
Yeah, they've had 10
10
years to come up with something fucking dope as hell. Like
Half the team that was there 10 years ago is probably not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's probably a whole different group of people.
I'm just hoping the right people are there.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Anyways, let's move on. What do we got? Who's got some good news? Who's got something good to say?
Let me see what. Oh, you got something?
Yeah, I got something. So, an official Dungeons and Dragons VR game is in the works.
Oh, nice.
By the same people who have already kind of done Dungeons and Dragons in VR, in a sense. Demio, right?
Yeah,
Demio was like a take
Demio.
on. Yeah.
They're doing it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do like a tabletop Dungeons and Dragons game.
Yeah, so an official Dungeons and Dragons VR game is
Fuck
now in the
yeah.
works, courtesy of Demio developer Resolution Games.
I play the shit out of that. That
Yeah,
sounds pretty cool.
I think it's
now
just
that
the
they're
official
licensed-
name, right? Yeah, it's just the name. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be tabletop. What's it going to
Well,
do?
Demio was
Demio
a
did
tabletop
yeah,
game.
they did
so
a tabletop Dungeons
I
and
could
Dragons,
see
but it
them
wasn't
making-
branded Dungeons.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
Dragons.
saying. So it's probably just the
also,
same.
like
game.
it was a very watered down Dungeons and Dragons. Like I could see them doing like the real Dungeons and
Going all
Dragons
in.
rule set.
Full-fledged,
Yeah.
Yeah, so Resolution Games, best known for digital fantasy tabletop adventure Demio, is working with Wizards of the Coast on the first virtual reality game set in the Dungeons and Dragons universe.
Nice.
As anyone who's played Demio can guess, we're incredibly huge fans of the tabletop role-playing game, said Tommy Palm, founder and CEO of Resolution Games. They have an unparalleled power to bring people together to create shared experiences, and that's something we've tried to capture. Too. With nearly every release in our library, Dungeons & Dragons offers one of the richest fantasy worlds that has ever been created, and it only gets bigger with every new source book and adventure. We're beyond humbled to have the opportunity to work with such an incredible IP and look forward to sharing the first details of this new project in the future. So it'll be a whole new game. It's probably just going to be what what Resolution Games wanted Demio to be in the first place.
But legally it couldn't.
Yeah. So, but that's cool. I mean,
Yeah, I
Wizards of
played.
the Coast probably like looked at it and they're like, hey, they got something good here. Let's fucking let
Yeah.
them do what they want
And
to do.
everything Dungeons and Dragons has been hot as hell lately. Like their movie
Yeah.
that they put out, Baldur's Gate 3. Like
Apparently,
they're
the
making,
movie didn't even do that good.
Really?
Like
I thought it-
financially. No
numbers.
No
Oh,
movies
okay.
are doing good right now. Let's be real. Like none of them, except like comparatively to before COVID. Like movies are,
Oppenheimer, like
yeah, Barbenheimer.
yeah,
Like those were like the best selling, and I feel like those movies probably, like, if you compared like the amounts of money that they made to like I don't know, fucking some bullshit ass movie right before COVID hit, like probably did very similar like amounts of money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of sad.
Yeah, the cinema has not.
Like that
recovered.
new Roadhouse movie with Jake Gyllenhaal is coming straight to Prime. It's not even going to theaters. Like it's
A lot of
Jake
movies are doing
Gyllenhaal.
that
Like
these days.
fucking, like what? Like
That was
I don't
kind
get
of dope,
it.
though. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, it does. Like
Roadhouse.
it's got what's his name in it?
Roadhouse.
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, and he looks like Conor McGregor in
Yeah.
a movie. But like, you
Yeah.
Who
know,
the fuck?
Who the fuck
yeah,
in my roadhouse?
yeah.
What the fuck?
Something like that.
Roadhouse. But yeah, I don't know. It looks all right. It was kind of dumb, but
Brent.
I mean, the original Roadhouse was kind of dumb. you
that's
know
what I'm saying. It looks like Roadhouse. Yeah.
I
What you got though?
mean? Let me lay it on you. Let me lay you the only
Yeah,
news
the
that
original,
I got.
the original Roadhouse was corny as fuck.
Yeah, but I love it.
It's that's great.
Okay. According to a report from D Labs, Until Dawn will be coming to PS5 and PC. Interestingly, D Labs claims there won't be any changes to the game's title. It's unclear It's unclear whether this new version is a remake or a remaster. The outlet is claimed.
It's
or-
probably a
The
remaster.
outlet also claimed that it has been developed for at least a year. I mean, honestly, it looks great. Until Dawn is one of the best looking games, even how old it is. You
Yeah.
know, all you'd really need to do is give it a resolution bump, and it would be up
That's
to
a-
today's standards. You know what I mean?
I
Maybe
guarantee you that's all it
60
is.
frames per second. You know what I mean?
It doesn't need any control changes or anything. It's like
Nah.
it's like a fucking.
The story base.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If anything, if you could add like maybe a couple extra choices or something in the game, that would spice it up just for like the hardcore people. But like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you don't really have to do anything other than give it a facelift. But like, this is exciting to me because people who are on PC haven't really got a chance to play this game. The only thing like it on PC really is the Quarry, and it's kind of just like a watered down version of the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until
Definitely.
Dawn is such a fucking dope story-based game with like awesome decisions that really matter and like a cool cast of like real actors. You know what I mean? Like they did. I feel like it's fucking.
Yeah, including award-winning. What's his name?
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
Rami
Dude.
Malek and Hayden Panettiere back
Yeah.
when she was the fucking hot thing to trot. This was back when Hayden Panettiere was
I don't
the
know
big
what
deal.
that means, but also I don't think at that time she was. This was actually after her time of being hot. Whatever you
She
just
was
said.
still a bigger deal than Rami Malek. Rami Malek was the
Yeah,
nobody
Ra-
at that point.
He
you know what
hadn't
I mean?
gotten the
He hadn't
Mr.
hit-
Robot
yeah, he
yet.
hadn't landed Mr. Robot
Or
yet.
Queen, or like anything like
Yeah.
that. But she still, at that time though, she was like, it was past her like, big fame. Like it was like she was like, fuck, I got to do a video game basically
Yeah.
at this point.
But she was also like the person they were doing all the interviews with and stuff, the behind the scenes footage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's
She-
like your favorite used to be in all of your favorite TV shows and stuff. She's doing a video game, and it was like I mean, for her, she probably felt like, oh gosh, I'm doing a video game. I'm at this point in my career. But now it's like you look at it, and it's like, damn, that's like one of the best games. Like
such a good game.
it's a Sony Studios, like it's a fucking like not Sony Studios, but a first party Sony game. Once again, coming to PC though. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this future where I don't have to have a
Yes.
console anymore. I can just fucking play everything on my computer.
right?
I'm
Yeah.
just waiting for the day that they port. What's the samurai game? Fucking,
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes, That's the only thing.
I
It's
guarantee
coming,
you, it's
yeah.
coming. Yeah, they've
I
been
saw-
saying that for a while.
I saw an ad for Horizon 2. I think that's coming pretty soon on Steam.
Yeah, we just got a release date for that for the Horizon Zero. What is it? Forbidden West.
Forbidden West, yeah.
It's coming in March. Let me see what
Dope-ass
the
game right
date is. Release date for. Why is it not just showing it with the third person actually such release in March? Why are they not giving the exact date? I hate articles like this where you're burying the lead so fucking hard. March 21st. It says some features and the PC version include ultra-wide support with support for 21.9, 32.9, and 48.9 ultra-wide resolutions and compatibility with PC gaming stations with a triple monitor setup.
What does that even mean? Is it going to spread it across 3 monitors? Somehow?
Yeah, I think so. Like
Sick.
if you want to set it up that way. But in addition to mouse and keyboard support, Horizon Forbidden West PC version will have extensive support for controllers. Those using a DualSense controller can do things such as allowing users to feel the tension in the string. So you can use the haptic feedback on PC if you have a PS5 controller or a DualSense. No PC requirements were announced, but NVIDIA previously confirmed that Horizon Forbidden West will support DLSS 3, allowing PC players with an RTX 40 series graphics card to achieve a higher FPS in the game. However, the new blog post also revealed that Horizon Forbidden West will also support Intel's XESS and AMD's Fidelity FX super resolution super sampling technologies, though Huji Brigetz did not specify which generation of FSR Forbidden West will support. So, but yeah,
better be that 2.2, dog. Better be that new.
They said no. No, I'm just
that
kidding.
3.
They said absolutely not. We will not do that.
We won't have 3.
We will not have that here. No, just they didn't say that, but who knows? Anyways,
so everybody's been wondering, and
I've been wondering.
Finally came out and made a statement. The old Pokemon company
I have been wondering.
Power World. Because I immediately as soon as I saw the game, however long ago that was, I was like,
ain't gonna do shit.
Pokemon company or Nintendo is gonna sue the shit out of this company.
I wanna be somewhat good. It's just like they just don't even fuck with the song.
So the Pokemon Company has finally made an official statement regarding Power World, saying, quote, "We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to the Pokemon."
They're screwing silencers onto their
Yeah, that's what I say. We intend to
they're
investigate.
The legal team's getting ready. They're gonna take. I would will, and there's not much more to read in that article. That's literally all they said. They're like, yeah, Power World's been brought. They didn't specify Power World, but like they're like, a game's been brought to our attention. This and that. We're gonna investigate.
The only reason is so Nintendo. Obviously, they're already investigating. They probably have been for a while. Their their lawyers are sitting there just like fucking combing through the code and like looking at all the fucking 3D images and like all that shit. But the only reason they responded or said anything is because so many fucking Pokemon nerds are just like literally emailing them,
seething
like,
death threats.
Do you see what's happening here? There's Pokemon on other consoles, and they're like, it's like, guys, just chill the fuck out. Like they're gonna, it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
They've been watching. That the people over at Power World are not safe. Not safe at all.
But here's the thing, okay?
Some of them may die.
I'll tell you why I think they are safe, okay? Like from a legal standpoint. I think that they've been open about the production of this game for, nearly a year now.
Yeah.
And I think if Nintendo could have shut it down, they would have been getting cease and desist orders a long, long time ago.
They're not going to shut it down. What's going to happen is that a lot of the Pokemon a lot of the pals are going to change. A lot of the pals are going to start looking different real soon because people have been going online and like pulling the 3D images like that they used in the game, like, or the 3D like characters, and like putting them with the Pokemon version of that thing, and a lot of them are the exact same dimensions,
so
like in everything.
I did, but I did see an article that debunked a lot of that. There was somebody that was they even came out. It was on Twitter or X, or whatever. They were posting like those comparisons and stuff, and then they came out and said that it was like they stretched it to make it look like whenever they did the comparisons and everything. Like don't get me wrong.
I don't know, because this was an IGN article I was watching, like where they had done some of the.
Well, I mean, they're similar, but as far as like actual like the 3D models itself and stuff, like Power World's already come out, or like developer Pocket Pair. They've already come out and like said like, no, like this is our development process on these models and stuff. Like we did not just rip Pokemon.
Let's consider something for a second though, okay? fucking Pal World is like the #1 selling game on Steam right now. Like the number
Correct.
one most
In
played.
6 days, they sold 8 million
It's
copies.
overtaken like Dota or something. It did some
Dota 2.
some crazy records.
It holds
you know?
the second
The
place.
concurrent.
Now let's
Yeah.
consider
players,
this,
yeah.
okay? Right now, there's nothing the fuck else to play on Game Pass, okay?
Yeah,
People
yeah.
are subscribing to Game Pass just to play Pal World. I
Mhm.
bet Xbox's numbers have fucking skyrocketed
Oh,
since
yeah.
Pal World came out. Microsoft has an asset they need to protect here, okay? Now, I'm not saying they're going to just come out full force and fucking but I'm not
Like
saying
Nintendo.
I'm not saying Microsoft might not, here's my card if you need a fucking guy with the lawyers, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Well, they've been vetted. Obviously, they wouldn't just put a game that could get them into legal trouble onto their, onto their platform. But I honestly think that there will be some kind of not legal repercussions, but legal threats that they need to change certain things about the game. Like, yeah, you guys, we can't stop you from putting this out, but we will sue you if you don't change certain things.
So I agree with both of y'all on the comment that Brent made, like how fast Nintendo moves with their legal action. I agree with that, but at the same time, like, because we saw that with the fucking Pokemon mod for Pal World,
It disappeared
you got a
immediately.
cease and desist the next day.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Like,
even the next day. It was like 8 hours. It was like 4 to 8 hours.
They're
something like
waiting
that.
for
something
shit
really
like
really
that.
fast. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of truth behind that, but at the same time, I do think that Power or Pokemon Company or Nintendo, whoever heads up the legal shit on that, I think they're going to take a stab at it, maybe to
Just
try
to
to
do
keep,
it.
yeah,
Just
to
to appease the public or
No,
Well-
just to appease themselves because they can see what they can get away with.
Well,
like,
that and to possibly threaten others.
Yeah, to
like be
keep
like,
them from
look,
trying.
if you come out and try to do a fucking Pokemon
you're gonna have
clone,
to deal with this.
yeah, this is what you're gonna go fucking go through. So
Though I think it's technically, I think what works here and what will work in their favor is that it's a parody. Like, I think the fact that it's satire and not like, oh, we're not just trying to make a Pokemon game. Like, what was that one, Tim or whatever? What was that fucking game that came out?
oh, Tim
yeah.
or
Yeah.
Tam or
Tim
something.
Tim.
Tam or whatever the fuck that game was.
It's called Tim Tim.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like an MMO version of Pokemon.
yeah, that was a blatant, like, we're trying to make a Pokemon game. This one is like
But
blatant.
that game still exists and is like operational. I played it like 2
yeah,
days
yeah.
ago.
No, I
Like,
know, but I'm saying if that
Temtem, T-E-M-T.
Yeah, that's what I was. Tim Tim.
Yeah,
Oh,
so if that game didn't get in trouble, then, like, I don't see how this one can, because this one's just obviously trying to say, like, we're just making fun of the Pokemon, like, idea, because, like, in all reality, they're just a bunch of animal slaves, like that, and that's what this is. It's a joke. It's a parody, so it's like, you can't, it'd be like Conker's Bad Fur Day would have got in trouble for making fun of the Matrix or whatever.
But even if it's not a parody, like, there are other games with like monster collecting. We can't just say like Pokemon runs the
No,
gamut on.
but those games don't make blatant Pokemon ripoffs. Like there's like actual characters that look exactly the same. Like, if you play this game, some of the Pokemon, the pals, I'm like, okay, that's a fucking Pokemon, dude. That's like
Pengull, it is like one of the worst. So.
yeah, Pingull, the one that looks like even Lamball looks exactly like, I can't even remember what.
Mareep or
Yeah,
whatever.
Mareep,
yeah.
fucking Electabuzz. I've seen like a bunch in the game where I'm like, all right, come the fuck on. What's the one in Super Smash Bros. That, like, in the background that it's like flowery?
Chikorita.
No, it's like one of the more. It's like a psychic one, and it looks like a
Sunflora or whatever.
no.
Rosalina.
Rosalina. No, not Rosa.
Rose something.
Rosa something. That one looks exactly.
Rosalia or
Yeah.
whatever? Yeah.
It's like just like it's not even a spitting image. It is that Pokemon, and it's like maybe they changed like one color or something.
Well, a lot of the
But, like,
accusations are they're using like AI generated.
They already denied that, apparently, that they're not using AI. Like, they came out and denied that. That's what they denied. They didn't deny that they were ripping off Pokemon. They denied that they were using AI.
Well, when they first put the game out, they advertised it as Pokemon with guns. Like,
Yes.
they themselves.
I
and
know.
Did
that's
they say that?
Yeah,
Yes.
they actually said that.
'Cause
And
I
then
figured that was a phrase coined by
Nintendo
everybody
took legal
else.
action and they had to change it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
but-
what I'm saying. I think they're gonna. I think Nintendo actually does have something to sue on some of these characters that look literally the same.
The Robin.
Unless they come out and they're like, it's a parody. Like, we are parodying those things. That's the difference. You can go play a Monster Hunter type game, but none of them are going to have their characters look exactly like Pikachu or exactly like this. It'll be their own creations, like, because Pokemon wasn't the first game to do this.
I think worst case scenario, they'll just have to change the
characters.
way several of them look.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, there'll be some that are too close for comfort, and they'll.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like you're pushing a dangerous game because Pokemon's got like nearly 1,000 Pokemon, and they vary from like ducks to fucking rats to birds, and there's so many.
Yeah, but
different
there's
kinds
very specific things to them. Like,
I'm just saying, you can't make it look like a fucking pigeon without it looking like a fucking Pidgey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't
or
just,
any bird.
You can't
for
just
that
run
matter.
the fucking gambit on likenesses of certain types of animals. Like, if it looks like a frog, like, you can't just be like, oh, Pokemon's got 2 frog Pokemon that look like that. Like,
no,
you
but
know what I mean? Like,
okay, there's one thing to say about that. Like, Lamball could literally not look like Mareep.
Don't get me wrong.
Lamball could be like a skinny sheep,
Power
and
World
that
is
would change
definitely-
everything.
Power World is definitely going in a little bit, but I'm just saying, like, if 20 years from now, when like there's 20 more Power Worlds out there, like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't just say like, okay, we got a skinny lamb in this Power World and a fat lamb in this Power World and a round lamb
Or
in Pokemon
change
and a-
the color of the sheep. Like, there's plenty of things you could do to make it not look like exactly like fucking Mareep. Like, just plenty of
I
things.
mean, it's not exactly
I'm
like.
just saying,
Mareep,
your
though.
sheep shouldn't have to be fucking
they're-
technicolored to like fucking.
There's the Lamball. I mean, they're.
I mean, come on, bro. Lamball.
I mean, the Lamball doesn't even have it. First of all, it doesn't have a head. It
Well,
doesn't have a
there's
tail
actually
that comes out.
Mareep wasn't the one I'm thinking of. There's another one that looks more like Lamball in
Oh,
Pokemon.
okay.
Actually,
What it
Like,
is that they look like 4 different Pokemon stuck together. Is what it looks like. Like Lamball.
That's where the AI accusations come from.
Yeah.
really, you know what I mean.
It's like where it's like you can't quite put your finger on like which Pokemon am I looking at right now.
There's one that looks just like Lucario that I saw that was like
Yes,
pretty
Anubis.
fucking, yeah.
That one. yeah. That's one of the worst ones.
But anyways, yeah. So
The game's really fun though. Really, really fucking fun. It scratched an itch that a lot of us non-Nintendo having motherfuckers been wanting for a very long time. And it executed it really well too.
Though I don't really get it though, because I'm like, it's not Pokemon at all. Like, it's nowhere in the gameplay does it feel anything like Pokemon. It's just fucking the forest with animals you can catch.
Yeah.
So I can capture things and I can fight with them and I can collect them. I'm satisfied.
Here's the
But
thing,
you can't
though.
battle other people yet. Not yet.
Yeah, I'm about
Not
to say,
yet.
yeah, they're adding
They
PvP.
they said it's about 60% finished, and that
Yeah.
they were talking about adding PvP and a bunch of other
Yeah.
shit. So that's cool.
Yeah, see I would be like, okay, now it's starting to feel more like Pokemon, but there's no battling. There's no like going to gyms. There's no like
There are gyms.
not like in Pokemon though, where it's like, okay, there's 8 gyms. You go get the badges, then you go to the Elite Four.
Well, do you want it to be an exact
That's what
copy
I'm
or not?
saying. It's not like Pokemon.
What do you want, Jamal?
No, I'm not saying it should be. I'm just saying I don't get why people are like, oh, we finally got Pokemon somewhere else. Like, no, you don't.
Well, I mean,
This
but
is not Pokemon.
It's enough like Pokemon. I mean,
They
okay,
look like Pokemon. They
There's
look
literally
like Pokemon.
someone. I grew up on Pokemon. I have not had a Nintendo Switch for years. I haven't had a Pokemon title for years.
Yeah.
This is itching my Pokemon scratch entirely.
Scratching the itch. Yeah, the vice versa. But I don't
You know what I
think-
meant, goddammit.
No. I'm just
Scratching,
gonna,
no, this is 100% scratching
No.
my Pokemon itch, though.
Yeah.
I've been wanting.
I just don't
some
understand how,
form
dude.
of like a Pokemon something on a different console.
Yeah, I
Like,
want you. I'll let you just fucking borrow my Switch and play the most recent Pokemon game, and there's nothing. Like, it just doesn't feel like Pokemon. Like, I went
not saying it's
into this
exact-
thinking I was gonna feel like a Pokemon type game, and I left feeling like, dude, I just played the forest. Like, I don't.
or
I
Arc.
mean, I see the similarities between like Arceus, because like in Arceus you're dodging attacks from Pokemon, and like in this one you're
Yeah, but I never
dodging-
played Arceus, and Arceus was such a different game. Like, the most recent one is literally just Pokemon. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah, but,
but it's in 3D.
when they began development on Power World, I bet the game that was out at the time
Was Arceus.
Was Arceus.
I could see that, but the thing is like in Arceus, like it was so much different from actual Pokemon though that like people were like, yeah, but there's nothing happening here. Like, it doesn't feel like Pokemon.
A lot of people really like Arceus.
for different reasons though than like playing the actual Pokemon game. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're going around catching Pokemon and then battling and going to bad gyms and
Yeah, you are.
doing all that shit. Wasn't Arceus like you just trying to collect? You're just trying to collect them.
I think there's more to it than that. Let me look it up. I didn't actually play it, but a lot of people really enjoyed the whole thing.
Dude, a lot of people on Nintendo like a lot of shit just because that's all they got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be real with you about Switch. Like, I love my Switch, but there's a lot of people on Switch who are just like, yeah, I fucking love this, and they're like held hostage because there's nothing else to play.
Isn't there still a lot of issues with violence?
Oh yeah, they're fucking so buggy,
it's riddled,
dude.
yeah.
Like the frame rate still drops down to like 2 sometimes.
Well, I'm hoping fucking Power World gets Pokemon to step their game up then with their next titles.
Yes, I agree. But I think what would make like at least for me, like it make it feel more like a Pokemon game is if they did have like a more expanded world that was focused on the
Arceus doesn't have gyms, so it's like you go around finding. It says
you just
instead
collect.
of following the normal formula of traveling to gyms and collecting badges, players take on the role of a young person from ancient Sinnoh who is out to create the first ever Pokédex. There are special noble Pokemon in various areas in this time period. Each one, blah blah blah. However, something has gone wrong, caused the noble Pokédex to become frenzied. You have to battle each one. Comment. Yeah, I guess you're right. So you're basically just trying to collect them all.
Yeah, it's not a legit Pokemon game. Like, and it wasn't meant to be. It was meant to be like a side off thing, like great or like the.
Oh, it says replacing the traditional gyms. There's island trials. So I guess you go and you
battle a giant Pokemon boss thing, just like you do in this one. Like,
yeah.
but that's what I was saying. It's more like the Gale of Darkness game for the GameCube, where it wasn't like a legit Pokemon 3D game. It was just like, hey, here's the Pokemon world, but we're just not gonna give you Pokemon the right way. You know, they always
the
fuck
Darkness
something.
game was fucking weird.
Yeah, they always fuck something up. They're always like, hey, guess what? It's 3D Pokemon, but it's not. They're like, one day, though. Maybe. Huh? Maybe? No. Anyways, here's the next one. You're like, yes, finally. And they're like, but it's only 10 frames per second, baby. Yeah. And it's like, why do you do this? Why? You could literally make the game we all want, but you won't fucking do it. And they're like, because, dude, we love money.
And we know you're going to buy it.
And we know you're going to pay for the shit because we hold you ransom here on the Switch, you know? And so that's the one part about this Power World game where I'm like, thank you. Because now Nintendo realizes they can't keep doing this forever because somebody's going to come along and do it right.
And that's the problem. They have the budget to blow Power World out of the fucking water.
Not anymore. I mean? Not with Power World getting all that.
Power World 2, better look out, baby.
Yeah, Power World now officially has the lawyer money to do whatever the fuck they want.
They should have done something before they got fuck you money.
Which I'm very glad about this.
8 million copies on Steam in 6 days. Like,
that's just
this that's just Steam.
That's just Steam. Not even not even the consoles. Not even the
Game Pass numbers.
Think about it though. They said this is a 4-man team making this game. Imagine how much money they just made to split with a 4-man team, dude.
What?
Like,
that's a really impressive game for a 4-man team. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm sure there was like a contract work like brought in, but it was
Unreal. I mean, using the Unreal too, it's like a very like developer friendly tool.
You might as well just consider the team of lawyers they use part of the team too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's going to be interesting to see though, like what happens here, because no matter what, you know, if Pokemon, like legit Pokemon, came out and made a full-on game like I've been dreaming since I was a kid, I wouldn't give a fuck about Power World because I love the characters in Pokemon. I love the world of Pokemon. Like, I don't give a fuck about the world of Power World.
Yeah.
The only reason Power World's interesting is because they won't do it. Like, if they just finally were like, you know what, fine, they got us. You guys got us. All right, fine. We'll
put an effort in and fucking
we'll
develop
fucking make a game, I guess. We'll just fucking
and the
do it.
problem is they like blame it on the constraints of like the Switch, but it's like,
bullshit.
But then fucking Tears of the Kingdom comes out, and it's like, all right, guys.
Yeah, no, they have no fucking excuses.
Guys.
There's no excuses.
But then we'd have to restrict it to 30 frames. It's like, okay, you already restrict it to 1.
Yeah.
You know, like, fuck you.
It's like 20 on average.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
Like, just make us a goddamn game.
I hope it
just
lights a
want
fire
money.
under Pokemon Company's ass.
It won't though. That's the sad
Probably
part. It won't. Nintendo just don't give a fuck. Like to them, they're so prideful about their shit where they're just like, no, we're not gonna get better because we're already the best. And it's like, no, like okay, yes, you are the best. You're great. You're fucking awesome. But you've got flaws. You're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's perfect. Not even you, Nintendo. Not even you. We need to go and get better. You know, whatever. Fuck it. We'll see what happens. Anyways, speaking of perfect and thinking you're better, Gears of War co-creator Cliff Bleszinski is confident Microsoft and the developer, the coalition, would benefit from his ideas, saying they would bring him in to consult on the next entry if they were smart. Bleszinski posted a statement on Twitter to suggest Microsoft isn't interested in collaborating with him on more Gears of War games, despite his assertion it would be gold. Now, I'm down to consult. Give my 2 cents. Crickets, Bleszinski said. I understand that Gears will always be an enormous part of my legacy. I appreciate and respect that. That said, Microsoft or the coalition haven't hit me up. Okay, it is what it is. If they were smart, they'd enlist me for my input because...
Okay.
Just from a PR standpoint alone, it would be gold. But nothing. Oh, well, it is what it is. So be it. Last few years, I've moved on. Boss Key didn't work out. Fine. Shit happens. Boss Key Productions was the studio Bleszinski founded after leaving Epic Games, which owned Gear of War initially in 2012. It only lasted from 2014 to 2018, however, with neither of its games able to gain much traction. Commenting on the success of Palworld, commonly dubbed Pokemon with Guns, Bleszinski also insisted he'd had a similar idea years ago. Palworld's success kind of validates my pitch that was turned down at Epic many years ago. Medieval Pokemon with baby dragons instead, he said in another post. Gears of War's latest mainline release was 2019's Gears 5, though turn-based. I like how he tried to take the credit for Palworld. But anyway,
see, my plan would have worked.
I really feel bad for Cliff Bleszinski, to be honest with you. It's like
he's just a rich dude who who just won't stay out of the limelight and enjoy his retirement. Like that's all it is. He's just like he's like, but they
he's chasing
need
that
my
dragon, bro.
Yeah.
You know, he's like that. He's like that guy living his just former high school sports accomplishments.
So, trust me, bro, dude. I was fucking golden back then.
Could have went pro. I didn't. Their loss.
He's like, oh yeah, dude. I used to live 400 back when I was your age. I could do more actually. It's like, yeah, but you're not my age anymore, and no one cares. He's like, he runs away. Like I don't know what he wants. What do you want from us, Cliff Bleszinski?
He just wants to drop one more banger on us.
Then do it. Quit fucking talking.
All he wants, you know.
He makes it like he doesn't have the money or the like. He doesn't have to do it through Microsoft.
Spent all his money on Boss Key games, bro.
Yeah, which was trash. He's like, yeah, shit happens, but it's like, yeah, but that shit that happened was your shit. That was your shit that happened. Okay, so fix it. If you want to do it better. You know?
He should have stuck with that game. You know, like honestly, I know it was trash. I know nobody was playing it, but it's like if you
I don't think he could financially. But that's the thing is like what he should have done was stuck with Microsoft. Like he didn't have to sell all that shit off. Like he didn't have to retire young. Like he fucked up. Like he chose that path. You know, like it's not like Microsoft said get the fuck out. Like
that's true.
He sold it. Like if he wanted to stay, he could have stayed, but he didn't want that. You know, and so now he gets to randomly appear in IGN articles saying how he could be the best. You know,
it's a bunch of "I told you so."
Yeah, I told you, man. It's like
Palworld's mad.
It's really easy to say that, you know, like when something cool happens, and then be like, "Yeah, I know you guys don't know about this, but I totally came up with that idea." You know, it's really, you know, Pokemon. I thought of it before it was even Pokemon, dude. Me too. Yeah, I thought of some things, but guess what? No one cares. Like, who the fuck cares? Unless you did it. And then we care. Look at Palworld. We care because they did it. You know?
That's true.
So get to it, Cliff. You know? Get to it, Cliffy. B. I don't know. I don't even know why we read his articles anymore. He pops up like once every year to say some dumb shit like this.
This is why he does it.
Though I feel like Cliff Bleszinski, like if we wanted to, or anybody at all, would just message him and be like, "Hey, dude, you want to be on a podcast?" I feel like he's so hurting for attention that he would do it.
Probably
But
not anymore. Not after we just like.
honestly, he
dragged
probably would. He probably would come on here just
Tell
to
us
talk
how
shit
wrong
to
we
us.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, we probably just helped our chances.
You little shitheads don't even know, dude. I had power.
That'd be the best episode of GameSpeak.
It would be
podcast.
so fun.
GameSpeak gets dragged by Cliffy B.
The best thing that ever happened to our show. Yeah.
I'm out of news, but I did want to go. We were talking about the roadmap for Power World for the future stuff. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to clarify on the things that they do have planned. So obviously, up front and first is fixing bugs and critical issues, and then improvements to quality of life for the game. But then the future updates include PvP, raid bosses for in-game content, a PAL arena, which is PvP for pals, whatever the fuck that means. Steam and Xbox crossplay, various Xbox feature improvements, server transition and migrations, improvements to building system, and then new islands, pals, bosses, and technologies to build.
Cool. That's really cool.
So
Nice.
I hope they go through with it. I mean, I hope they keep the momentum that they have and fucking run with it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Most def. And I don't know if we can attribute all of the success to what success Microsoft just got, but apparently Microsoft has become the second company ever to achieve a $3 trillion market valuation, closing at the market cap for the first time today, just after it laid off
I was just about to
1,900 workers. Maybe that's why, because they don't have to pay all them
yeah.
salaries anymore.
I was like, why the fuck? If they're this valuable, why do they lay off all?
Well,
the,
I think they laid all these people off because they bought Activision Blizzard.
Probably
These are
just-
just all the extra people that they were like, we don't need this person.
Or
We
it's like-
don't need this.
yeah, it's
we
probably
don't
like
need
just
that.
like roles that they already have within Microsoft, and it's like this is just
The same shit we were
doubling
talking
up
about
now.
like a week or two ago, where they're like, they don't need to replace these people
Yeah.
because they've already got these people. Like, but it says so they laid off 1,900 workers from its gaming divisions. It
And
first
that included like Blizzard, Activision.
That's a
and,
lot of fucking people.
Like other,
I mean, you got to think about how big Activision Blizzard is, like
I
as a
am.
company. It's fucking huge.
1,900 people is a lot of people.
Oh yeah, it sucks. Like it sucks for those people. But like, when your company gets bought out, you better be fucking looking for a job because most of the time they want their own people on shit. They just want the IP. They just want the fucking name and like the good people, like the people that stand out, like fucking Bethesda's main
consolidate-
people.
Yeah, and then they consolidate the back end. Like,
Yeah.
the accounting, all the books and shit. Like,
Dude, it sucks, but companies are greedy. Like you just gotta. We live in America.
It's a money
This
game.
is just how it is. So, but anyways, so it first crossed the $3 trillion mark yesterday, but dipped back below before close of markets, before climbing again and closing at 3.1 trillion today, 3.01 trillion today, or $404.87 per share. It's the second company ever to reach this milestone after Apple, which achieved it in December of last year and has since been vying with Microsoft for the moniker of most valuable company on Wall Street.
what?
As The Verge notes, much of the hype around Microsoft stock has come from a recent dedication to AI announcements, with numerous new product announcements bolstering the stock significantly from week to week. This triumph of stock occurs on the same day that Microsoft laid off 1,900 workers from its gaming division. In some ways, a massive ripple effect from the company's $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard closing last year. Many of the impacted workers came from Activision Blizzard divisions, including a number from a now canceled survival game. Gaming head Phil Spencer described the layoffs as part of, quote, a strategy and an execution plan with a sustainable cost structure that will support the whole of our growing business, end quote. Blizzard Entertainment president Mike Ibarra also announced he would be departing from the company. Almost exactly 1 year ago, Microsoft laid off 10,000 people across all its divisions, including a number from its gaming divisions.
Oh shit!
So
I don't remember that news.
Me either. Wow.
I do, but because it wasn't mainly video games, it was like a lot of it was from just like other parts of Microsoft's like
That's
overall.
a lot of fucking people
Yeah.
get fired on one day.
Well, imagine how many people work for Microsoft. It's got to be like 100,000 people
Yeah.
I
probably.
don't know. I don't know the full scope
Even
of their
with
business.
100,000
honestly.
employees, that's still a tenth of your fucking.
Yeah. Hold on. How many people work for Microsoft?
It's probably a fuck.
220,000 people. More than 220,000
Damn.
people in over 190 countries work for Microsoft.
That's still a big
Yeah.
fraction of your fucking people.
I'm really surprised at that statistic about being only the second company to hit that. I would have for sure put Disney up there. Like,
Yeah, that's
If we're-
surprising.
Yeah.
Well, I think their market share isn't really that big because I mean, like, what are you gonna fucking like? Say you put money into a share of Disney, like they're not constantly getting bigger. Like, there's no real thing. Like, they're constantly constant, but they're not like.
I mean, there for a while
They're
were
not
buying up
changing
everything,
tech.
though. They were buying up a bunch of like just
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
like
entertainment.
Disney Plus came
yeah.
out and shit. Like that was a big deal, you know.
Yeah, but not fucking AI level big deal.
They're
You know,
No,
like
talking about
no.
expanding
also not
parks and stuff,
Windows level of like everybody's got a computer. Not everybody's got Disney Plus. You know, like
Yeah.
with
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I'm just
I
talking
mean,
about like
obviously,
I'm just
yeah.
talking about the whole encompassing like how much of the entertainment sector that Disney owns.
Oh yeah.
I figured their value, like
They're
their
probably
market
pretty high
value
up
would have
there, though.
been, yeah.
I'm
Well,
sure
yeah,
their market value.
I figured it'd been up there like with those two, honestly, or it wouldn't have surprised me.
But though I think a lot of people actually dipped out. Like I think their market value dipped whenever they purchased like Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah, after
like
they fucked it.
because people don't trust them with stuff
No,
like that.
not anymore,
Like
no.
it's just never a good sign. Whenever Disney buys you, it's good for like the first like week, and then it's bad.
Yeah.
Then they're like, "Fuck it, let's just change the whole story." You know, like I think what really killed it was whenever they first announced like they were just throwing away the entire backstory of Star Wars and keeping only like certain things.
Yeah, all the lore.
Yeah, they were like,
yeah.
"Fuck the lore, we got our own stuff." And it's just like,
And it's shit.
yeah, and it's all trash. You guys ready? It's like, damn it! Don't do this to us. But yeah, I'm pretty upset with a lot of companies right now. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I'm just mad.
I'm ready for it all to crash. No,
Yeah, I'm ready for the downfall. No, I'm not. Don't do that. But
no, don't do that.
anyways, I'm
Fucking.
getting off the soapbox. All right, who
No, I'm out
who
of-
wants
I'm
it?
out of news.
Who wants it?
I'm out of news.
Brett, you're out. Okay. Oh yeah, you only had the one.
Yeah.
I forgot. Okay. But by the way, I figured. Let me just throw this out. One last thing. Ubisoft Skull and Bones will have an open beta. They just announced it kicks off across all platforms: PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows PC via the Epic Games Store and the Ubisoft Store on February 8th and runs until February 11th.
Can you get out of your ship? Can you get off your ship?
I don't
No?
think so.
Don't
no.
fucking care.
Yeah, let's get mad at this company.
Dude.
Fuck you guys. No, but
I'm sorry, but how are you going to make such a shallow? It might not be as shallow as I'm saying, but on the surface, from what I've seen, and I looked into this game recently, the other day, just to see if maybe, just maybe, they fucking corrected the shit that I had, like my gripes with it. No. You can't get out of your ship. You can't control a specific person. It's just the whole ship, and that's it.
also, I don't understand why Ubisoft, who owns Assassin's Creed, would make a ship game that's not based in the Assassin's Creed universe. Like,
Or just take
It-
like the mechanics from Black Flag and just fucking translate
I
it
think
into
that was
a.
what it was supposed
was
to
originally.
supposed to be.
but then they got dumb. That's what I'm saying. It's like literally,
then they got dumb.
yeah, like it's
I,
like,
I saw a video of the early, like, because they've done 2 playtests now. The first playtest was an early game playtest, like early game as in like starting out, and then the second playtest was like end game content. And in like the early game content, it literally, I saw a video of a motherfucker cutting trees down with a ship somehow from the shore, and it's like, what? Like, if that's gonna be the kind of like missions you gotta fucking go on, like resource collecting, but you can't leave a ship, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They could have done so much with
your
that.
ship just has an axe hitting the
No,
trees.
It like launched something at the tree and it cut it down and it collected it.
That's
like,
so fucking dumb. It's just like starts like arms come out and start punching rocks and shit, like just
but, like,
collecting.
They could have done so much with it though, just taking like the basics of like fucking Black Flag. Like
Yeah.
everybody loved the ship mechanics in that. You could go and control Kenway. Yeah. You could like control Kenway on the ship. You could board other ships and fight people on the ship. Like all that shit. Like just do that, but updated and fucking better. Like
Stop
you had the
making sense, Devin. Stop it.
Damn it, dude.
Just shut the fuck
Well,
up.
okay, look, I've been waiting a long time for
Okay.
a good pirate game. Like, I want Sea of Thieves, but on a more like real looking like engine and
No, you don't. You want Skull and Bones, dude.
I want a VR pirate game.
shit. Dude,
VR.
That would be cool.
sick, too.
Dude, I was thinking
Somebody's
that.
already done Power World in VR, by the way.
Ah, yeah, it's the Unreal Injector.
Can you imagine though, like straight up, just like Sea of Thieves in VR, like
It'd be sick.
Yes,
It'd
that
be
would be
so fucking cool.
fun. Yes.
You jump in the water and you're just swimming down to the bottom to go do the like fucking puzzles and shit with your homies.
Yeah.
And then like you get to go through the fucking Monkey Island shit together. Like you can, fucking just go out into the ocean. You pull up your little fucking, thing. You're like zooming, looking out, you're fishing.
Yes.
Like it would make Sea of Thieves a fun game.
That's what I'm saying. That's all Sea of Thieves needs to be like a legit fun game. It's
Sea
like
of Thieves is just VR without VR.
It's a
We've
VR
had,
game.
yeah, we've had the
yeah.
same exact conversation. Fucking
Putting the sails
it'd be
down and
great.
stuff would feel
Oh
good.
yeah,
Having
going over
somebody-
selling the ship.
Frantically trying to fight like you're on a big galleon and you and your crew have to
You're, like,
fucking
lighting all
load
this shit.
load cannonballs and shit.
Oh,
That would be
man.
fun.
Sword fighting when they jump on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
dude.
but fucking Microsoft doesn't want to do shit. With
Getting them with the
VR.
fucking musket, dude.
Yeah, well, Windows Mixed Reality did kind of flop like a mofo. So.
Well, if they had done it better.
Yeah, it was bad.
Anyways, fuck it. We're done with the news. We're moving on to this week's hot releases.
Fuck it.
Yeah, so this week's hot releases include Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash coming to on February 2nd to every platform.
Sounds like a mobile game.
It's coming to everything.
I know,
So it's
I
not just
saw-
mobile. I didn't even look it up or see. I just saw like if it's a Jujutsu Kaisen game and I haven't heard anything about it, it's probably not good. Because that's like one of the biggest names in anime right now. You'd think you would hear like people being like, "Oh, dude, a fucking Jujutsu Kaisen game's coming." But and then Persona 3 Reload is coming February 2nd to Game Pass, PS4 and PS5. I don't know if it's coming to PC though.
It is.
It is Game Pass PC, or is
Yeah.
it just Game Pass Xbox?
It's Game Pass PC for
Okay,
sure.
cool.
And I think it's also coming to Steam and Epic Game Store and all that shit too, I think.
They didn't show that on the fucking IGN thing, so I don't know. But at least, I mean, you would know. You're the Persona guy.
I'm pretty
But-
sure it's coming to Steam.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Jujutsu Kaisen game actually looks pretty like legitimate. It looks like a Ninja Storm, like a Naruto Ninja Storm game.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm just googling it just to make sure. Platform Persona 3. Yep, it is coming to Windows. And it's coming to Xbox One and PS4 as well, which it didn't show on the
Yeah, it's coming
IGN
to
thing.
everything, I think.
Yeah. Okay, except for Switch. It is not coming to Switch.
Oh,
So
maybe eventually.
sucks to Switch, dude.
Yeah.
But Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is coming February 2nd to
Oh, nice.
Series S and X, PC, and PS5.
We'll see soon enough.
Yeah.
If it's gonna
Brett
be
will give us the review on that.
Yeah. Well, I'll probably be too busy with Persona for a while.
That's
Honestly.
true.
Oh, okay, backing down.
Yeah.
No,
Back it
Persona
up.
trumps everything. Sorry.
I don't have to say I have low hopes would be a lie because I don't have any hopes for this game.
Which might make it good,
Exactly.
because you have zero hopes. Even if it's bad,
The
it's
lower
still
you
good.
expect it
I
to
may
be,
never
you
know because I'm not spending money on it.
Oh, hey, watch it be bigger than Pal World. It just blows up. Fuck it. No, just kidding. Okay. Anyway.
Shut up, Jim.
Anyways, let's go to Brent's Chat GPT trivia. God damn it.
There you go.
Okay.
Give me a topic, guys. What should we do this about today?
Ooh,
Oh,
Pokemon.
Okay.
Just in
Fuck it.
honor of Pal World.
Fuck
trivia
it.
based
Just-
on
in honor
Pokemon.
of-
Just trashing it.
yeah, all the hot keys to get sued,
Yeah.
or all the hot words. I should be okay up to like generation 4. I should be all right. 3.
I should
4.
be not good on any of it because my memory is like terrible.
Now,
Oh, man, get ready. These are gonna be some questions right
No.
here.
Oh no! You should have made it a specific generation. You should have done first generation Pokemon
No.
because I literally know nothing.
Don't
like
be scared.
yeah,
Hold on.
past Ruby and
I don't
Sapphire.
know any names.
Nothing.
Don't know anything.
Don't be scared. You might know.
No, it's
more
not
than
about
you think.
scared. It's more like it's just it'd be pointless questions because
I think you might
I have
know.
grown-
I didn't
a
play
little
black.
more
I
than
didn't
you
play
think.
white. I
You
didn't
asked
play
for this.
X. I didn't play. I played Y.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
you hear my
farted.
Could you hear that in the headphones?
Yeah. All right, look. Just deal
hear
with
my
it.
Civic, dude.
Get ready for Pokemon trivia.
Sleepers.
All right, here you go. Question number 1.
Um,
What is the only Pokemon that can devolve?
No, I don't know.
Is this a Pokemon we would know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it Pichu?
What? Pichu's a baby. It can't devolve.
What do it
Goes
say?
back to
Turns
an
into
embryo.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
This-
They put new shit in all the time.
Jamel, go back to Power World, dude. Gosh.
Nah, this is some first generation shit right here, dog.
And it could devolve.
yeah,
First
dog.
generation. This isn't some retconned bullshit that they
Nah,
did
this is-
later.
Nah,
Okay, it's got to be Pikachu then.
nah,
Okay, I don't
Or
know.
would it be Raichu?
Yeah, or Raichu. Yeah,
nah. Think
Um,
slower.
Slowpoke. Why
Oh,
would
can
you?
Slowpoke or Slowbro can devolve if it
Yeah,
loses
ding,
the
ding, ding.
shell on its
yeah,
tail?
There you go.
Oh wow!
I didn't realize they could lose the shell on its tail. I
Yeah,
figured-
apparently
You
there's
literally
a,
just made that shit up right now, and you were right. Like you're like, I didn't know that.
It's a
I
shelter.
mean, I was just putting
that's
one
on
and
the
one together.
tail, so the
Yeah.
shelter and the slow bro or the can
Slowpoke.
yeah can detach from each other.
Oh.
Turning the Slowbro back
So
into
that's
a
not
Slowpoke.
one Pokemon. That's two Pokemon that can
Yeah, that
devolve.
was always kind of explained. Because, like, wasn't it like...
It was in an episode, I think, of the cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
it's
Anyways.
it's an anime?
Anime. It's a manga.
All right, this one you'll never get it, but
Sweet, bring it.
which Pokemon has the highest base stat total? There's two answers to this, so you can.
Are they? Is it a Pokemon that we would know?
I mean, maybe. I mean, you've definitely said
What
the
type of
name
Pokemon
before.
is it? What type? What?
It's a legendary.
One of them is a legendary, and
Yeah.
one of them is like a
Rayquaza.
just like a goofy little, silly little thing.
Rayquaza?
A goofy, silly little. But what type is it? Like what type of suit?
I think it's either fairy or normal.
Okay.
One of them.
Goofy,
I don't know
silly
about
little
the one, the legendary one. I'm not sure about.
Is Arceus one of them?
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, no.
We're not going to know the other one.
Yeah.
The other one's Blissey.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Badussy.
Each have a total
The
of 720
Blidussi,
as
dude.
their base
Leave.
stat. What was the first Pokemon ever designed?
Oh, first ever design? That was actually Jigglypuff. No. Fuck. It was is it pink?
No.
What color is it?
Well, I don't think so. You know, the color blindness is real.
oh
Oh,
shit, I
God.
forgot. Damn it. What type is it? What type
It's
Pokemon?
rock.
Oh,
Geodude?
no. It's fucking
Onyx?
if it's rock, it's got to be
Golem?
You've gone through almost every rock.
I know.
Pokemon
I don't
ever.
know if
fuck.
Hold on, we're going to get this. Hold on.
There's only
The first one
So
ever
many
designed.
rocks.
Like even like the
okay. We've done Onyx. We've done
Keep in mind,
Geodude.
this is just Chat GPT. This could be total bullshit. I mean,
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the first one ever designed was Jigglypuff. Because Jigglypuff was supposed to be the Pikachu of Pokemon, but they were like, "Oh, it's too pink. Never mind. We'll just make it Pikachu." So I could be wrong on that, or at least if it was the first one. But I know it was supposed to be the initial like mascot of Pokemon.
why am I'm drawing blanks on rock Pokemon after the ones I've named.
All right, I'm gonna read you what it says here.
Graveler.
No. It says, answer, it says, Rhydon was the first Pokemon ever designed, which is why you'll see its likeness in many Pokemon items and statues in the games.
Oh, I want to say I remember a long time ago reading something like that.
I don't know how true that is, you know, but
I think there is some truth behind it.
Design. Rhydon.
Yep.
Yeah, Rhydon
yep.
was the first Pokemon ever created.
Well, shit.
interesting,
Well, shit,
right?
He looked cool though.
I was not, man. Rhydon was
Right.
not, yeah, it was not going to come out. I hadn't thought about Rhydon in a long time.
Look at this like art from like back in the day.
Let me
That's
see.
dope.
Oh, that's sick.
Dude, that's such a cool thing.
That's
Alright.
really cool.
What's the next one? We're going
Alright.
to get this one unless it has to do with generations 4 and up.
Okay, let's see. Which Pokemon has the ability to change its type based on the weather?
I'm sure there's more than one.
This one
Right.
is a newer Pokemon.
Oh,
And-
I don't know.
That's cast form.
Nope.
He be
No,
casting his form differently.
Formcaster.
Okay.
Weathercaster boy thing.
Look, all you got to do is boot up Pokemon
The
Go,
Weather Boy.
and then you find a million cast forms. You know, they just be casting their form. Question number 5.
Guy.
What is the only type combination that has not been used in any Pokemon as of Generation 8? 6?
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Fairy.
I got my guess.
Is fairy involved?
No.
No,
Okay.
I have an idea.
What is it? What is it?
Water and electric.
No.
No, that's.
No?
I feel like that's.
No, yeah,
Pretty
I
quick.
think there's a fish one, yeah, like that.
Oh yeah, there is. Yep.
Let me think. Okay, it's got to
Water.
be something dark,
Water and fire.
or like, is it a dark type?
No.
I don't know, dude.
It is spooky though.
Oh, it's
Ghost and
ghost?
dragon type.
Mm-mm.
ghost and fairy.
According to this, it's ghost and normal.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's way less interesting than I thought it was gonna be.
I thought it was gonna be like I thought it was gonna be like conflicting types, you know.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I'm obvious. I feel like we're not pokey stands, dude.
Oh
not
no,
as deep
no,
as
no.
as I
I'm too
thought.
far into Power World now.
Let's see. I got a couple more here. Let's see. Which Pokemon? Oh, this is an easy one. Which Pokemon holds the record for the most evolutionary forms?
Fucking
Eevee.
Yeah, there you go.
Evolutions. She's got her own, or he or whatever. Got their own evolution name.
They, Jamal?
Yeah. Evolutions.
Evolutions. All right, let's see. I got two more here from the Chat
That was
GPT brain.
Easy.
Which game did Pokemon first have the ability to hold an item?
Was that second generation silver?
I
Like
don't
silver
know.
and gold?
To hold an item?
You're supposed to tell me.
Second generation is my guess.
There you go.
No,
Good job.
it's
You
like,
did it.
it couldn't have been that far into it.
I didn't remember it in like, green, not green, fucking blue, red, or yellow, but I definitely remembered it in silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call. All right. Question number 8. What is unique about the move Splash?
It don't do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
There
do
you
anything.
go.
And
And
that's
it's a normal
always
type
Magikarp's
move. Yeah.
fucking only move if you catch a low one.
Well, good job,
Yeah,
guys.
Any level, right?
And now you can level them up real quick because like every
XP
Pokemon has XP share. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not even a thing you have to use anymore. Like, it just automatically XP share.
Yeah.
Like in the new ones.
What?
Yeah, it's not an item. Like, you just automatically get XP share in the new
They
game.
must have got it from Power World.
Nintendo, like, you hear just a fucking
Our World just sues Nintendo.
Just
like,
Devin drops before you hear the shot.
It's just a distraction. They shoot me through the window.
It's okay, buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry,
No,
buddy.
Ollie's like, no, who's at the door? Okay.
I'm making a bad joke.
But anyways, well, that's it for the show, guys. Remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us and the rest of the GameSpeak Podcast community at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast. Check out our other video content on YouTube. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find us on Facebook. Just by our names. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners. Later.